Sit back and relax and just 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 welcome to the
You asked for it, you got it on the Hot Pepper Show. Playing good music and good conversation. The hottest topic that you hear. So let the music flow, resonate your soul. Let it heal your soul. Sit back and relax and just. Sit back and relax and just. Welcome to the Hot Pepper Show. Hot Pepper Show.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody out there. I'm trying to get my little Texas swang on. I guess that's how you do it. Oh, I'm coming unbuttoned right here. And that's, I guess it wasn't for you to know, but I just got to tell it. I just thought I'd share it with you. How you doing? It is Monday and I am super excited because y'all, I usually ask, what did you do for the weekend? Well, it is about the weekend. It is. Okay, the weekend, what did I do? What did I do? Let me tell you what I did. I did my radio show on Saturday. I baked some cakes and no, I didn't bake cake. I baked cakes on Sunday. Went to service on Sunday and helped someone move some things. And I gave some things away to some families in need, because my dad would always say, when you have too much, it's a sin. You don't need it all. So it's a sin when you go into your closet and you can't figure out what you go wear. And you got all them clothes there and other people are doing without. So that's what I always think. And usually when I get something, I usually take something out of the closet. So that's a nice rule a nice thing to do. So if you're going to get something, bring something in the house, take something out and give it to someone else. And also my dad also told me, don't give away your worst. You give your best. So if you don't want to wear no holes, then don't give nobody else no holes. But this time and age, people are wearing holes. So I guess you can't give them your holy clothes. I don't know. I guess you could, right? So yes. So I had a great weekend. And today, I don't know if you guys noticed it. If you're in Texas, you saw it. If you're in the other 13 states that saw it, if you're like west of Texas or east of Texas, you guys saw a little bit of the eclipse. You saw a partial eclipse. I got to see the entire solar eclipse today, and it was amazing. I was standing there going, what? I saw this bird right up in the sky, and it's just one bird flying. And I was like, okay, is the bird about to fall out the air? Oh, he's kind of going kind of slow there. He's kind of thinking, what's going on? Because it's starting to get dark. And then he just kind of went away. And then this other bird came and flew down. And I was like, okay, are the birds going to fall out of the sky? What are they going to do? And then I look up and it is dark and the street lights start coming on at like 1:36 p.m. It's like, it's dark outside. So then I took off the glasses and then I was like, like looking at the sky and just like, how does it work? Like I've seen the sun before, when the sun sets and it rises, it's huge, like it's big. I've seen the moon like huge, like a globe. So how is it that today the sun and the moon are the same size? And they cross at the same time. And of course, I was looking up the history. I think it's been like 146 years since it's happened in Texas. So I was thinking my big mama passed away 4 years ago, this coming August, and she was 100 years old. Okay. So she would have been 104. So technically my big mama never got to see a solar eclipse in her lifetime in Texas, because that's all she's been is in Texas. So I don't know. But I just thought I'd share that with you. No, it's a lot. But I want to welcome you guys here today. Thank you for joining me. I am here every single Monday at 7 p.m. Pepper gets no time off. I've been trying to take a vacation, and I've been doing this for, it's going on 2 years. Like every Monday, I'm here. So I do this because I love you. I love you. I love you. And I want to introduce you to other people in the world. You know how some people never leave their territory? They stay in their town. They stay in their hood. They never go across town. They never leave the state, the city, the country. Well, that's what I'm here for. To introduce you to people who you are not familiar with, who you have no idea who they are. And how do I look them up? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, we got some comments. Deborah, hey sis, how you doing, sis? Oh, my sister Deborah's on here. Okay. Carolyn, good evening, all, and hello, Pepper. Thank you, Carolyn. Nice to see you. Me too. You were amazed too, Deborah. I know exactly. Yes. But God, yes, exactly. So, if you're just now chiming in, if you're looking at me on YouTube, just to let you know, if you can't comment on the Hot Pepper Show YouTube channel, you have to subscribe. So I'm trying to get 1,000+ subscribers by November. So I need your help. So I need you to tell your friends, tell everybody that the Hot Pepper Show. Yes, I have 2 podcasts. One is the Hot Pepper Show TV. Subscribe to that channel. It's free. And then there's another podcast that will be coming on tomorrow. It's a pop-up. It's called 4 Corners. It's the number 4 Corners with Pepper Thomas. Subscribe to that channel also. We had William Beckton, who is a gospel artist. He did the song Encourage like years ago before Kirk Franklin became the Kirk Franklin. And Kenny Lattimore used to sing with him. His name is William Beckton. He was our guest a couple of weeks ago on 4 Corners. So check out that podcast. You will be delighted with that. Tomorrow will be Randy Bolin. He is a musician, plays for Kim. And he co-wrote the song Teach Me by Music Soul Child. I know, one of my favorites by Music Soul Child. So yeah, hello, Monique. How you doing? Hello, June. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, so let me get into this song, okay? My guest tonight, is none other than the Soul of Daniel. I like the way that has a ring to it. The soul of Daniel. This is my brother. Yeah, we have to tell y'all about our relationship. Because it's a story, and I can't wait to share it with y'all because you're going to enjoy him. You're going to enjoy conversation, and we about to conversate, y'all. We about to take it there, and you're going to hear his amazing music, and that's how I met him, and that's how I identify my relationship with him, because I was listening to his music going, ooh, Lord Jesus. That one hit the spot. Yeah, you talking to me. I remember that one. Yes. So everyone, Shirley Lee, hey, Pepper, good evening. Thank you, Shirley, for joining us. Everyone, the Soul of Daniel will be up after this song, but I got to play this one. I wonder if he remembers this. He's probably be like, yes, I remember that, Pepper. I wrote it. Gee whiz, why wouldn't I remember it? But we have to find out how often he listens to his music, because I listen to it all the time. I'm like, let me put on the Soul of Daniel. So everybody, he is laughing at me in the background. I wish y'all could see his face. So y'all can see him just a bit. You'll get to see him. So everyone, the Soul of Daniel is his name. And this is something by him. Check it out right here on the Hot Pepper Show.
America, life of love, liberation, be the power of freedom, heal the nation. Take off the chains, put down the guns, more peace, less war. What you fight for? America, life of love, liberation, be the power of freedom, heal the nation. Take off the chains, put down the guns, more peace, less war. What you fight for? America. Holla at me if you feeling where I'm coming from. I prefer the truth. I know I'm not the only one. I hate lies and I don't live in La La Land. Give it to me raw, I can take it, I'm a man. People try to camouflage in this sugar cup, but the truth is the real world is cutthroat. They will smile at you and rub your shoulder when you cry, but way down deep inside, they much rather watch you die. It takes a special kind of cat to address this. I'm the lion that you don't want to mess with. I speak my mind candidly, can you hear me wrong? And even when I'm quiet, I can't be ignored. In this song, I'ma set it up like bowling pins and exercise it like a room full of demons. Sprinkle it with the power of my lyrics. Spirit up above, may these words free the people of life, life, love, liberation. May the power of freedom fill the nation. Shake off the chains. Down the guns for peace, less war. What you fighting for, America? We bring home the bacon Uncle Sam keeps. In the minute, we'll be fed up and there'll be a root of. We talk world peace, but there's no peace at home. How can you overlook the peace of mind of your own? But man, he is tired, hungry, homeless, but you wanna fight a war and expect me to support it? You talk bad talk like I'm too blind to see. I don't need your hypocrisy. America the beautiful, home of the brave. Work my fingers to the bone and you treat me like a slave. It started with the Quakers, then a mule and 40 acres. A wolf in sheep's clothes, look the part, but you's a faker. You fooled us once, we should have learned our lesson then. But this time we came prepared, it won't happen again. First time on you, second time on me. I refuse to be a victim of conspiracy, America. Life, love, liberation. May the power of freedom fill the nation. Shake off the chains, put down the guns for peace, less war. What you fighting for, America? Do you realize what you got, what you holding? Got the power to change things, so why you keep folding? It's declared if government becomes destructive of these ends, we got a right to bring it all to an end. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. If what you doing ain't working, then try something else. Want better, you want more, stop complaining if you ain't willing to fight this war. Man up again, separate the boys from the men. People talk about winning, but they don't really want to win. Everybody say they fed up, but nobody wanna fight. And it's a long dark tunnel, and at the end there's a light. We've been scared for too long, it's gotten out of control. They stripped us of our land, heart, courage, and soul. They use fear as a bait to lure us to this state. Pull that hook out your mouth and emancipate America. Life, love, liberation. May the power of freedom fill the nation. Take off the chains, put down the guns for peace, less war. What you fighting for? Life, love, liberation. May the power of freedom fill the nation. Take off the chains, put down the guns for peace, less war. War cry.
It's time to go to war now. Come on, emancipate. Fight for your freedom, y'all. What you fighting for? You think you free, huh? Tell you what, wake up. Who the sun set free is free indeed. Allah.
Hey, oh, hey, oh.
Wow.
Hello, my brother.
What's happening, my sister? Pepper, what's happening, girl? Hey, everybody out there, all the fam, people that I know and don't know. I saw Monica on there, Deb.
Nick, yes.
I know a few people. What's happening? What's happening?
Gloria, my sis is on here.
Gloria, what's happening?
Hey, big bro. Deborah says, hey, big bro.
What's that? Yeah, I see. Hey, girl. What's happening? What's up, Dad? Mom's is listening too.
Yeah, she listens. She don't know how to respond, so she listens.
Okay.
You can say hi, mom, because she's probably going.
What's up, Moms? How you doing out there?
Yes. And then Gloria says hello to you, Daniel.
Hello.
So everyone, let me do this introduction because I got to give him his introduction.
Gloria. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. This gentleman right here, his name is the Soul, not the non-soul, but the Soul. The soul of Daniel. I want to introduce y'all my brother, my friend, my God knew to connect us when He did, and we gonna share with y'all how we met. I got a surprise, and I'm waiting for them to pop in, and they taking their time. They like a minute late, but I'm waiting on them, waiting on them, waiting on them. But everyone, this is the soul of Daniel, and let's give him his hand claps right now, y'all.
All right. Yay. Yay.
So, my friend, what brings you my way?
I mean, it's divine. It's glad. I'm so glad to be on your show, Pepper. I mean, I'm proud of you because Pepper and I, we talk. I mean, we just gonna jump right into you sit back. I'm gonna interview you, Pepper. She's a wonderful spirit, right? And it's crazy on how her energy, right, like seeks out good music, and people like that. Our meeting actually happened through her cousin.
My who?
Your cousin.
My who?
Yep. What's up, man?
What's going on, boss man? How you doing?
Hey, man, what's happening, man?
Hey, everything.
I was just about to talk about your T.
Yeah.
It just happened. It just hit.
My timing couldn't have been any more perfect, huh?
Man, hey, that's how the creator does it, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, bro. You look great. Hey, okay, so can I jump in here? You jump in here whenever you want, but let me just set the tone because everything that that I'm about and that I've always been about, and Pepper and I, we were talking before, and because we don't talk frequently, it's hard to keep tabs on one another. But what we can see is the fruit that we have at the time that we meet. And that's important because we all have to go and grow and assess and be kind of not in secret, but where God wants us to be for us to have the development that we need. And like my whole life has always been about connecting to people, and God used my music because I've always been a street guy. I just like people. I've never been a Hollywood guy, even though I live here in LA. But it's like being on the street is where God took me with my music. I went from in front of the camera to off screen, and I just did not want to be a part of that Hollywood thing that I was a part of. And I'm proud that He used that avenue. But like I said, my music took me to the street. And I remember playing everywhere in LA and around the country. But this particular day, I'm at Venice Beach, and that became my spot. And it just happened that everything was working at the same time because I remember how difficult it was to be a part of what's called the music industry, and how rigorous, how much I had to put into it. And God made all the things happen for things to be right at the right time. Music video in the circuit where it would cost people millions at the time because people were really taking advantage of artists and really trying to put them in this capitalist entrapment. That's what I'm trying to say. And we can see how it's being exposed now, what was going on back then, and why it was so difficult. But from however, Pepper heard the music from us sending it to the radio, or if she saw it on BET, it wasn't out there for a long time, but it was there enough to put me in contact with the people that God wanted to be, to nurture me and bless me. And then boom, I'm on Venice Beach one day, and you take the story.
Yeah, so I was
What's happening, man?
I'm well, man. This is a crazy story, when every time that that Pepper tells me that she's having you on her show, it just instantly takes me back to that time when I was on the beach. So long story short, I was living in LA, and I go to Venice Beach for the very first time. Actually, this is the first time I go to Venice Beach. And everybody knows that, you know, I'm a lover of music. You know, everybody knows that's really a part of my family as well, you know. So I'm at the beach, and I'm hearing a lot of different music, you know, but then I see this guy, he's just on his stage and people are coming around, but it's like real true. And this is like probably, and I'm sure Dan, you would agree, this is like maybe right as neo soul was really starting to really ascend, right? Like this is really when like real, like true music and instrumentation, and like folks are really going back to really playing, you know, everything, you know. So it was a really cool space for music at that time as well. And to hear you and the authenticity in your music, it instantly, you know, resonated with me. So of course I called my cousin back in Texas and I say, hey, look, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen. And, you know, because especially when you in LA, you know, and this is really a testament to who you are as a person, Daniel, because
and TJ,
everybody's so Hollywood.
TJ, let me say this before you get to that part. I had called TJ like months prior to that because I saw Daniel's video on BET, and I was like, I saw this video and I got to get this guy. And TJ's like, I've never heard him. So TJ finally saw the video, and I was like, who is this guy? He said, I don't know. So that went on for months. Couldn't find Daniel, couldn't reach him, was trying to track him down, couldn't find it. And then TJ ends up in LA and calls.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in LA, and I kind of say, I think this is the guy from the video that we've been sharing, and that we've been kind of going back and forth for a few months by then. And so then after his set is over with, I get a chance to talk to Daniel, and you know, and it was like we just instantly just kind of just clicked and hit it off, right? So I made the connection. I said, hey, look, I know this probably sounds crazy, but you know, we've been seeing this video, we've been sharing it back and forth between me and my cousin. It's a long running show here in Austin. Do you mind if I connect you all? And then it just boom, it just all synced up and happened. I mean, instantly. And shoot, that was maybe like 2006.
Yeah, I was like 6 or 7.
That was like 2004, 2005-ish.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So maybe somewhere right in there. Yeah. So I mean, to see you all still connected 20 years later always does my heart well. So
man,
I just appreciate, you know, even having me on, you know, for a quick sec.
Man, hey, that's a surprise. That's crazy. Right when I was getting to you, she said, "Oh, man. Hey, y'all probably think that was planned, but I mean, well, maybe not. But that was, oh man, what's up, man?"
I had just said, I says, well, they're like a minute late, and I'm trying to wait for them to come on.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
He says, you know, TJ, and I was like, oh, there's TJ. Whoop,
Oh man, that is crazy, man. Hey, y'all want to hear something real crazy? Like today was the eclipse. We just got back from my uncle's funeral, and in Virginia, and my grandmother passed in 2017 in August, the same time that there was an eclipse. Yeah. That was, I was talking to my mom about that today. I was like, that's 1 week after they passed, and we buried them. It was the eclipse was the following day. I mean, week.
The following week.
I mean, look, this ain't nobody about to levitate. God is real, man. And let me just say how this is, man. You know, like for me, man, Jesus is the man. That man is something special, man. He's I mean, not something special. He's so special that we don't even humanize him, right? And it's real difficult to humanize somebody who come to the party and do things, or who, you know. But Pepper and I were talking, and like the evolution of my music has shifted me way beyond just music. Like, and it's incredible because like I got this music bursting out of me. I write like 5 or 6 songs every day. If I turn this on and back at me, I'm gonna have a problem. It's gonna be a distraction. So God has taken me out of that, and He's given me a platform to build that utilizes everything that I am, not just one dimension, not just one sector of my musicality or one sector of my talent or one sector of my mind. He's given me access to Jesus in a practical way. And in that submission, man, like it has made the past music much more powerful, and it allows me to really understand how God has His hand on your life, like from day one. And all you have to do is just pay attention. But when you just like when you recount, just like and just reconnect the dots, and you realize that He's always been there. And that's just the creator. I'm just, it's hard. I'm not here I'm not a minister and none of that stuff. I'm just a believer in the practicality of God, and that He would not like leave any of us hanging, like to like be chaotic in our thinking and the way that we move about. And it's not difficult to accept that that's how we've been, or that's how I've been. But there was a time when, like, and I'm blessed because this is, I don't talk to people. Like, I went to my family. I'm gonna get right back to that, but I don't talk to people. I'm not out in the public. I'm inside. I'm always working. And I've been working on something for the past 10 years. And that's at the part where you can't run from the sun. I did that record, and it just took me away from everything because I was in a relationship that rightfully I shouldn't have been in that relationship. But even though I was in it, God taught me everything that I needed to know, that I could be empathetic to any human being at any moment in their lives. So I can connect to you and show you love. I don't care what color. Jesus is manifested in my life so strongly. I don't have any issue with what's going on earth, because as it is in heaven. You see what I'm saying? And when you line up your thought process with the creator, and that's an attribute of God. See, I've learned to dissect it, where God is the judge of His creation. And if you created something, you would want it to work in a specific way. Like, can you imagine taking a blue crayon and drawing it, and it always turns gray or orange? Like wouldn't that be unnerving to you?
Yeah,
like, just think about it. If you made the crayon, you got this crayon, you put time in to make it, and it's an orange crayon, and it's drawn all kinds of other colors other than orange. As a creator, wouldn't that drive you nuts? But God is not out of control. So it's purpose for His creation to work and operate in a certain way so that it works. Not works, but it functions. That's the word in work that we create a whole lot of distortion about. And it's just supposed to simply work and function. So if this peg is supposed to go in there, I can beat it and make it and conform it and knock all off its other shape to get in the hole. But I can easily just take the instructions and just say, oh, especially if it's already color coded, and just say, boom, that's an easy way. But it's not difficult not to do it in an easy way. It's because we're born like that. And then we trip on other people when we see them doing something that we don't engage in. We want to throw the judgment. But that judgment is not about them. It's just a self-awareness of a reassessment. You see a tree and you say, well, no, I can't eat off that tree. That'll break my skin out. So I'm not going to be upset. I don't got to protest about the tree. I just don't have to eat it.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Clapper. Go ahead, because you get me going, and I can lead you into all of my music and all the stories, and because like I'm aware of what's going on in all of my folks' lives, because my job is to be a watchman. I don't have any children. I'm not married, and it's God's protected me from all of the chaos that can come with making wrong decisions for yourself at a time. Where you're not able to take it. And that's why I have so much compassion for people. I don't care what you are, who you, and I am, and God has taken my music from that. And you, Pepper, by you playing that song, it just connects it to my, like he's been there, everything. Cause I can't write, I can't do nothing without him.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no script of my life. I'm just following his lead and I'm trying to hear his voice and make sure. And that's why I relate to Jesus. Cause can you imagine being about your father's business all your life and blocking out everybody and all you hear is him?
Mm.
I get fired up. Go ahead, Pepper. I'm gonna drink my coffee.
No,
But that's what this is, because it's more than music. But look at how God uses music to connect. And check this out. What's really crazy is that how sinful my spirit was during the time I was doing music, but not in a way where I had the intention. Just because I was around it, I indulged in things that were so crazy. Anybody that's ever had a mic, you know what it's like to be Lucifer, because you get the attention. The attention is so overwhelming that even if you don't want it, you'll participate in it. That's the destructive nature of who we are, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Don't ever say, oh, that stuff don't bother me. You ain't been in the situation yet where it can bother you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm so glad when I accepted my celibacy and my isolation, no masturbation and all the stuff that I used to do. It was crazy on how God just like transformed my whole thinking process about everything, man, to where I can see the necessity of Jesus in such a practical way that the application transcends even a person's ability to understand it, because all you have to do is believe it. And that faith is revealed to you. And when that faith is revealed to you, he raises you up off the deathbed like he did me. You talking about street? I was on the street in Pasadena selling my CD in 2003. In 2008, a young lady who bought my CD in 2003 saved my life.
Wow.
Met her down at the beach a random day. And I can't, that's just the headline, because if I tell you the story, it ain't time yet, because God is pulling all of this stuff. I don't have a vested interest in talking about, because I ain't trying to sell it. I'm just telling it what's going on in my life. And so anybody that's looking, y'all can see that these are three people who our relationship right now is so divine. We can't even none of us could have put this together. None of us. Not you. I wasn't even thinking about. All I was doing was being where I was supposed to be. And that's divine. That's why we can't push the agenda. We got to deal with this day. And that's what I'm working on this day, right? Because everything is about this moment right here. Because if you trying to wait until tomorrow, you playing God now. What if he ain't gonna give you tomorrow? What if he only giving you right now?
At this moment.
To ask for tomorrow and negate what you're supposed to do today is really a slap in the face. That's why even on my first album, I had a song called Show Me. And I said, if I had the power that you do, I might not be willing to deal with it like you do. If you the creator and you create something to be something and somebody don't do it the way you telling them and they complaining, yo, come on, man. That's wild, right? And that's the practicality of Jesus, because he simplifies all the spookiness and all the flotation devices that we create, because we come from these subcultural rituals and tribes that have all these different narratives and connotations throughout history, and they keep changing. And then we want to bring it to the present and call it something. It's just evil. period. I don't care what it looks like. If it ain't on the agenda of uplifting you and loving you in a way where it convinces you to stop doing that foolishness, that is not working. Because when you participate in something and it's not working, you keep running your head against the wall. But it's not difficult to get acclimated to that. It's no different than a crack addict or a heroin addict. If somebody is not doing heroin, you'd be like, that's a nasty disease. Or somebody that has sex like I did, unprotected, and just doing it, and you feel cool about it because somebody's giving you attention. That's weird. And I didn't even see it like that at the time. And that's how wonderful God is. It makes me want to, I hope you can feel it resonate through my side. I just want to grab everybody and just tell you, you don't have to deal with any of the stuff that you're dealing with. And it ain't his fault or her fault. It's my decision. But in the impracticality of your decision making, the practicality of Jesus is always there, because everything that he's saying is, my yoke is easy, like lean on me, like don't worry, like, and that's love, because all you have to do is shift the weight of how you are presented. That's why you can't be transformed until you renew your mind. And that takes a level of humility that, you don't double down on gonorrhea. You know what I'm saying? You once you get it, I don't care how much penicillin is out there, you don't just keep going out there and doing it, right?
Yeah.
But it's not difficult for us to do it like that. And I know that was for me. So that's why I'm so grateful that now I can see all of the data, because that's all my life is a lot of data. And I can see it, and I'm looking at it right now. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm gonna take a coffee break.
Thank you, Daniel, the soul of Daniel. Wow. Thank you for
we definitely
sharing.
got to stay in touch now, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely
man,
got to stay in touch now.
absolutely, bro. I'm here.
Yes.
All day.
Yeah.
So, TJ, before you go, we got these comments, okay?
Okay.
Let's see. My sister said, "Oh, Daniel, be afraid." That was before TJ came on. So, see, I wasn't that bad.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah.
And then my cousin Berna, which is TJ's aunt, she says she's smiley face. And then Monique is clapping her hands. And then Shirley says, "Hey, Daniel, I will be in LA on April the 16th for about 10 days. Will you be playing anywhere? I would love to come and see you." What about TJ? Will you be performing anywhere? TJ, you say?
I didn't know I was.
TJ, you're in the mix now.
TJ, you performing anywhere, TJ? Okay. Carolyn says, "What an amazing story of how you guys connected." Shirley says, "This is so wonderful to hear. He is continuing to grow spiritually as well." Deborah says, "Daniel, it is so good to know that you are still connected to the divine blessings and growth, big bro." Deborah says, "Hey, TJ." Monique says, "Coming from the soul of Daniel, literally." I got my L's all wrong. Deborah says, "Ooh, like that, Nikki." And Monique says, "Yes, honey." And Deborah says, "Real talk." And then Deborah says, "Y'all, he really is a genius at this. A phenomenal." And then she says, "Human being." Deborah says, "Oh, I really needed this today, Daniel." And Shirley says, "I can truly relate to everything he is saying. God can pick you up and turn your life around. To see this young man share his love for God is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, God."
Absolutely.
And Gloria says, "Speak, Daniel." So, yes. Okay.
TJ,
That was a lot.
There was a lot. I know. It's like
that was a lot. That was a lot, man. That was a lot.
That was needed. So I thank you for being transparent and saying that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I really do.
What's crazy? I don't even think that that's transparent, because check this out. What's really crazy?
What?
A lot of my family, because it's hard to talk to somebody and have a conversation when they have a secret, any secret, because a secret makes you inauthentic. It immediately swipes, because you're looking, especially if you're talking about things of a human being's conviction, because a human being has to have law in it within its context in order to be able to be lawful, right? So that's the objective, is for people to be lawful and civilized citizens, right? One thing about it is that it's not difficult, right, to have a secret and live in a way that you're guilty. I have friends and people that I know that are, infidelity, adultery, all kinds of things, right, that can really affect a person, right? Especially when the objective is not to get caught. I mean, that's because if you didn't mind getting caught, you would say it. It wouldn't be anything, right?
Yeah.
And that's got to be a tough sell to be in the middle of that. Like, to not get caught, but not want to tell. But not, you understand what I'm saying? Again, it's a, we do it with a smile, but that's an uncomfortable smile. And it has a lot of people living by guilt. And when you live by guilt, you will do something inauthentic because you really don't have the authority to really say or really observe your partner or your friend or whoever that human being is that you're with in a way that is really good for them and productive. Because you will hinder yourself from helping somebody else because you're guilty.
Yeah.
That's a hard sell, man. Yeah. And you don't, when you let it go, because you have to risk either telling what it is or dying with the lie. And again, you don't double down on a lie. That's evil. See, again, let me just say this, because I'm not trying to, I have a lot of friends that I talk to on a regular basis, and I'm going to hopefully pass this on to them. I have a lot of friends who are, celebrities and people that are well known that are going through really mad situations and family members. And how do you live in a space like that? I feel real bad for them because what do? Would you egg them on to keep doing it? Or do you say, man, you got to let go of this in some kind of way so you can be free? And there's a lot of people that's caught in that they're not redeemed. They haven't let it go, but let the redeemed say so. So I'm not necessarily being transparent as much as I'm so free of it. It's just a part of the storyline. You see what I'm saying? It's just a part of I'll tell anybody anything. I don't have any secrets. You know how good that feels for me? If anybody listening, if you have any secret, right, that you don't want anybody to know, there is a part of your conversation that you will not go to. That allows me to go anywhere, anytime. And I talk to everybody about whatever it is. I want them to know I'm a human being like them. And I can relate to any level of where you've been. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's not really like pat me on the back for being transparent and sharing my story. Jesus gets the glory off of this. Because I ain't got nothing on me. Whatever you want to talk about, I can talk about in full detail because I've been redeemed. Let the redeemed say so. And if you haven't gotten it out, you ain't redeemed yet. So I understand. But you can just let it go. And it's not, that's like one of the things to say, just do it. It comes with a lot. But again, you have to be in this discipline of letting God just move through you. So I just encourage y'all, man, just hang in there, man. Wherever you are, man, just start letting it go. Talk about it. Let your confession free you. It is, and that's the scripture. See, I ain't even look at it. I'm not like going to John 54 say, no, I'm not that kind of guy. I could take you there because I know the scripture, but it's so practical. If you just say it and not just have that little wink of other people who know about it, because it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing, but it's good versus tree of life versus the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And when you have the knowledge of good and evil, it's not difficult to reassess it and use your intellect and thinking that we outsmarting what we know on the inside. Let me say this, and then I'll let it be wherever it's going to go. There's 6 judges. There's 6 judges that you always have to face. There is the judge that you are connected to. That means your inner circle, whether it's your family, your surrounding, your inner circle, the people that know you in a private way, but from a public standpoint. They're judging you and you're judging them, but y'all together. Then there's another judgment of a group that you all hang with, and they'll hang with you. They don't know you, you don't know them, but you can see them. You judge them, and they judge you. That's 4 judgments. Then, well, 7 judgments. It's 7 judgments in all. Then there's another 2 judgments, the judgment that you have for yourself, and the judgment that you ignore for yourself. And then there's God. And the judgment that you have for yourself is the way you see yourself. But what you're supposed to see is Jesus, the human being that he is. And that's how you judge yourself, because that's what's judging you. And that's the part that and at the end, God judges everything. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of variations of judgments. When if you just one person all the time, you don't have to worry about it being loyal to disloyalty in any kind of way.
Yeah.
And it frees you and it draws people to you and allows Jesus' words, and because you're actually embodying him now. That's what I want to do. I want to embody Christ. That's all I got to say. I mean, not all I got to say. We could talk all day. You want to get to some music? Let's get to some music. Hey, TJ, what's your favorite song on the Life, Love, and Liberation album? Actually, this is the 20th year. This is number 20 right here.
Wow.
Year 20 of Life, Love, and Liberation. We released it next month, May. And actually, no, it was June, because we released it Juneteenth, and the original copies had the Willie Lynch letter in it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
20.
Well, I don't know what TJ go pick. I know what I'm gonna pick.
What do you have queued up? Because I mean, you know, I can't come on and then just all of a sudden start running the show.
Well, the one I have queued up, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready.
I'm going to play the actual video of
dance. Okay.
This is the song that I was trying to figure out who he is. How can I get him? I gotta get him. I don't know who he is. And the thing that I kept telling TJ, I says, wait, but get this. Sinbad is in the video. He was like, what? I said, Sinbad is in the video. Sinbad is in the video. That's all I remember. Sinbad is in this video. And of course, Sinbad is in the video. So here is the video, y'all. It is funky. It is hot. It is all of that. You just make you want to dance. So, and you can dance if you want to. And I try to do the beginning part where the girl is doing this. Of course, I try to do that. I could probably do it back then, but I can't do it now. So I try to do the best I can like this. So if you want to do that little twirl like she's doing, you can do the little twirl. Okay. So everyone, here's a song, y'all, that got my attention. Dance If You Wanna by Daniel, the Soul of Daniel, right here on the Hot Pepper Show.
If you got it, you should use it. Move your body to the music. Get out on the floor. It's alright to dance if you want. All my people everywhere, throw your hands in the air. Get out on the floor. It's alright to dance if you want. All my ladies looking fine, baby, it's your time to shine. Get out on the floor. It's alright to dance if you want. Once you start, you can't stop. Ladies, drop it like it's hot. Get out on that floor. It's alright to dance if you want. I'm gonna dance all night. 'cause I'm feeling alright. Let your body get into it. Feel the soul in the music. I'm gonna dance all night, 'cause I feel alright. Leave your problems at the door and do what you came here for. It doesn't matter where you are, you can dance right in your car. Just don't run the line. It's alright to dance if you want. You see, you might be on the phone when your favorite song comes on. Hang up and call them back. It's alright to dance if you want. I know the world is crazy. People trying to figure out they gon' make it by. It's alright to dance if you want. You need to take a little time. Let this music ease your mind just for a minute. It's alright to dance if you want. I'm gonna dance all night, 'cause I'm feeling alright. Let your body get into it. Feel the soul in the music. I'm gonna dance all night, 'cause I feel alright. Leave your problems at the door and do what you came here for. 'Cause I came to dance, 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 dance. For a little while, I came to dance and just let it go. Hit the floor and just dance. So if you came to party, go and grab somebody. Get out on that floor and do what you came here for. Let the music guide your feet. Clap your hands to the beat. Don't just stand there in a corner. You can dance if you want. Just dance, 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 dance. Just let it go and dance. Just dance. Just let it go. Whatever it is, leave it at the door. It's gonna be okay. Dance the night away. Dance, dance, dance if you wanna. Just dance. Just let it go. Clap your hands and hit the floor. Just dance, 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 dance. Just dance. I'm gonna dance, 'cause I'm feeling alright. Let your body get into it. I'm gonna dance all night, 'cause I'm feeling alright. Just leave it.
Oh man. Pepper, hey, listen, I ain't heard my own music. I ain't heard none of this music in so long. I mean, this is good. This is cathartic. This is something. This is great. This is wow. And guess what? ESPN, it was 20 years ago that they licensed Dance If You Wanna for March Madness.
Wow.
Yep, it's been yep.
Oh,
They still use plugs and stuff, and I always get a check this time of year.
which is always good. Yes.
Always good.
Always good.
I mean, you know what, man? I'm trying to tell y'all, my life is, and I've been through a lot. Like I was at my doctor's office. Man, I can't wait to tell my story because it's not the time. It's time and place for everything. Man, my doctor was like, "Wow, man," and I was like, "Yeah, man, it's a lot." Yeah. And you would never be able to make the association. That's how it was when Lazarus, when Jesus raised him from the dead, there was no sign of him. When a dude couldn't walk, there was no sign of his past. It was like, wow. And it's just so crazy on how all of this is just working, and to see how God is just all of the things that I've been through, but how his hand has been in my life for all this time, because I don't have to work. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, and money has nothing to do with it, because I've learned the value of using whatever God gives you. And that's a part of the jealousy composition of our country, because this country since you played America first, and I want to get back to Sinbad. All these are stories. See, in America, the pursuit is for happiness, and a lot of times you're not happy until you got so much that you can just waste it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not take care of it. And the responsibility to take care of it is where you have where it shows an appreciation for the giver and the creator. So everything is a value system on how we go about our lives, and we've learned to devalue basically all of it, including Jesus, because like I said, we don't humanize him in a practical way where our conversation has him included. We would rather have, we would quote some other guy who didn't have a track record of having no efficacy on anybody. No effect on anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The efficacy of a person has to translate into something very practical between him and the other, or her and the other person, so that the person knows that they have received something special. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, that has been really my whole life. And it's because of the design of the way that my mother raised me. And we didn't have much, but we were wealthy. And most of us, and it's not, we see things around us, people always want more. We always want more. And if we just lay out what we have, we do this in our mentoring program. We tell all the young brothers to write out exactly what they have and what they have access to. Most of us don't know all the stuff that we have access to, or the people that we have access to. It's about connecting the dots in a way that's practical, but we always moving and trying to. That's why being still has always been a benefit for me. My mother was like, don't go outside and play. That just didn't keep me out of gangs. That kept me isolated so I can figure out something to do with my time. And after a while, you'll find out what to do. And when you get your hands on something that's tangible, whether it's learning how to play the piano or whatever it is, you will learn about God in it, because he didn't just do it like that. It was a process that he went through so that we can honor it in the same way, so that all of our systems will be like his system, so that we'll see the value and the benefit of everything that comes across our hand. So if we can't use it, we know how to move it on to the person that can't. You know what I'm saying? Like that can't. So these different things are practical recounts in my life that all of it makes sense. It fires me up. But yeah. America.
Well, America, yes. And I hate to cut you off. TJ has to go. Thank you, TJ.
Hey man, I just like seeing you right here, my dude. Hey man.
I know, man. It's been too long. Like I said, we're gonna definitely hook up, man. I love to stay connected and just like we'll talk offline, man. I'm sure we have so much to catch each other up on. So,
I ain't gonna reject your call, man. I'm gonna take it. I'll be like, what's up? My man. Love you, bro. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
Thank you, cousin.
Yeah, for sure. I love y'all.
That's a great surprise.
Take it easy.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Did I do good?
Yeah, you did great. Man, I was just excited. It was like I was looking at him because it was like I was talking to him. That's what I like about this new thing, since COVID, man. COVID, I know a lot of people lost a lot of stuff but that'll be restored. That'll be restored, but it was such a great time for me.
It was
such a
teachable moment. Teachable. Everyone, this is the Soul of Daniel. He is on all social media platforms. Well, yeah, he's on Facebook.
And I don't really want y'all to follow me. No disrespect. I mean, y'all can, and I'll, thing. But I mean, I'm gonna have. I want y'all to follow Jesus, man. Y'all can give y'all follow to Jesus. I don't, because I ain't into the fandom thing. And, I just, you go to my website, TheSoulofDaniel.com, and you can get the music. And I'd appreciate all of that. But I mean, where we are right now, listen, we just had an eclipse. And this is not a hoo-hoo moment, but especially in LA, see, like everybody get used to the ground movement and everybody like cynical, like, you know, New York, and when it's reported, it's like, you know, we having this good time. It's almost like we mocking God almost. It's weird, man, because we got so many things pulling at us that pinches at the variations of loyalties that we are tied to. We have so many. I'm a black man, and when I talk to white guys, man, you know, my objective is to move them past any fear or trepidation in any kind of way that they have for me, because I ain't here to do nothing but connect. And so, you have to isolate yourself in your thought process that you want God to really do something and for you to be a conduit when you go out here. So a conduit of peace, so that you can talk somebody off the ledge or something get ready to go down, man, because everybody's at that space and everybody's tense. And woo. But that's why, you know, it's all right to dance if you want it in the face of all that. But if you dancing, you can't dance to get away from it. You got to dance because God gives you peace no matter what. You understand what I'm saying? That's that thing. Don't worry, don't fret, you know, don't conform to the ways of this world. Don't think like that. You know, when you see these signs, you know, the rapture is a promotion, man. I'm looking forward to it. My objective is to use this as a training ground for what God has for me on the other side. Like, I got to be working. And if we think like that, then that'll keep us prioritized about him. And when you in his head, when you thinking like he moving you in a different way. And that really creates that really, it takes a lot of simplicity. We have to simplify it, because it's not about making yourself feel uncomfortable with God. He already knows us. It's just a simple submission, man. And he can give you that peace to dance in the middle of whatever whatever's happening in your life.
But speaking of everything being all right, you want me to play temporary or all right?
You know, whatever you want to play.
Let's do. Okay, we're gonna do temporary, and then we're gonna go to all right, because I love both of them. So, well, let's do all right, and then we'll go to temporary. Everyone, this is the Soul of Daniel, and this is all right here on the Hot Pepper Show.
You've been going through some things and you feel like giving up, and you've gotten to the point where enough is enough, but don't quit. Here comes the sun. Hold your head up high. Here comes the sun. The sun is on its way. It's alright. And it's gonna be okay. It's alright. It might look bad now, and your heart feels the pain, but some way, somehow, the sun will shine again. It's temporary. Here comes the sun. Trouble don't last always. Here comes the sun. I'm telling you, it's gonna be alright. It's alright. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry. It's alright. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. There's a war going on, and there's many more to come. There's no need to be alarmed. He's gonna hold you in his arms. He loves you. Here comes the sun. He won't ever let you down. Here comes the sun. Just you wait and see. It's alright. The sun will shine again. It's alright. Oh, put your arm around somebody and say, alright. It's gonna be alright. Hug them real tight and say, alright. It's gonna be alright. You might have lost a loved one, but it will be alright. I promise you, it's gonna be alright. He's gonna make it better. Alright. Oh yeah. It's gonna be alright. Yeah. The sun is coming. It's coming. Just hold tight.
Okay, y'all, that was all right. That was all right. Here is Temporary. I love seeing your face and you listening to your music going.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip, man.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Let's see. This is Temporary, y'all. Check this one out by The Soul of Daniel right here on the Hot Pepper Show. Let's see. Shirley Lee says, God has delivered you. Use what he has given you. You are able to share with us from your heart. We need to be ready. God may be calling you to preach, young man. That's what Shirley Terry says. And June Murphy says, well, all right, then. Amen. Well, here is Temporary, y'all, right here on the Hot Pepper Show. Oh, did I say Temporary? Yeah, I did say Temporary.
You can go to another one.
Well, I think I got Temporary up. I think it's Temporary. This is Temporary.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of them all. I know the sun gonna shine again. It will shine again. You may be going through right now, but hallelujah anyhow. I know the sun's gonna shine again. It's only temporary. It's only temporary. Yes, it is. It's only temporary. Only the sun will shine again. I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of them all. I know the sun will shine again. When life problems come your way, lift your hands up high and say hallelujah anyhow. It's only temporary. You can put a smile on your face. The sun will shine again. I see the crystal raindrops and the beauty of them all. I know the sun gon' shine again. You may not feel like you can make it. No. Remember, God is always there for you. I know the sun will shine again. It's only temporary. It's only temporary. Trouble don't last always. The sun will shine again. Listen, I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of them all. I know the sun will shine again. When problems come your way, lift your hands up high and say hallelujah. Anyhow. It's only temporary. Trouble don't last always. It's only temporary. Only temporary. The sun will shine again.
Now how was I to know that my day with last this long? When every day is a journey, destination unknown. Should I be happy that I've seen a new day begin? Yeah, I live another day, but now I live it again. See, I'm dealing with these feelings, what's right and what's wrong. Who can I turn to for the healing when the night seems long? But I'm convinced that I got to run my own race. What can you tell a man whose mind is in his own place? It doesn't matter if your mind is as bright as sunshine. That eclipse on your mind make it dark at noontime. But all I know is scary when you stuck in stationary. But the things you can't forget is that it's only temporary. Cause the things you're going through is God showing you that you need a helping hand, those footprints in the sand. So all the hard times and the things that were scary to do, one set of prints mean he carried us through. Always for you. He's making a way for you. He's making a way for you. The sun will shine again. The sun will shine again. And trouble don't last always. You better look up. There's gonna be a brighter day. Just wait and see. Trouble don't last always. The sun will shine again. Yes, it will. Yo, check this out. I just want y'all to know that whatever you're going through in your life right now, it might look shady and all that, but I just want you to know that it's only temporary. At your weakest time, just keep looking up. God's gonna come through for you. Trust me, because He promised it to you. So just keep looking up. He got you. He got you. I'm telling you, He got you. Come on, so don't forget that. Put your hands, it's only temporary. Oh yeah.
Man, the audio sounds great. Pepper. Yeah, it sounds great through that system. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, okay, my music, right, started for me a long time ago when I was a little kid. But that stuff going into the studio, and that was my experimental album, right? That was Hypocrisy, right? And the reason why I did that was because I found out somebody in the church that I went to, I found out some weird stuff about them, some news, not nothing weird, I would say, but it was the unveiling of my own hypocrisy. Because when you, like, I grew up in the church, right? And when I mean grew up in the church, I mean like my father was a minister, my mother was like singing in the choir. And so when you're born into that, there's an entitlement that you feel. It's like being born into money or born into a drug family. Like there are certain things that are you inherit because you're in that. And one of the things that you inherit from being raised in church is an observation of people and whether or not they match up to what they say they believe.
Yeah.
Now, this is as a kid. This is as a small child, right? So, what ended up happening for me, and I can see how this could happen for a lot of people, especially people of color who come through the system of like what Jesus is in America and how like our, what's rooted in slavery and all that kind of stuff, that connection. But when you grow up in church, for me, it was like I was just learning how to do what they were doing. So there was a high level of this innocent hypocrisy that, as you get older, the pressure get put on you, like, are you going to join the church, or are you saved, or are you this, or are you baptized? Do you have the Holy Ghost? All these different things come, in a conversation. But a lot of like practical human being stuff, like let me tell you how this is going to work in your humanity. It's not necessarily, and I don't blame anybody, because all of these things happen in a time period. But this is why the urgency is on me to share in a practical way now, because we advance everything like technology. We supposed to be doing it with our humanity. This is why Jesus is so necessary, because when the transformation happens in your mind, it clicks, because it's not like this, ooh, it's like that pertains to me. Like, this is a practical situation. And when being born into it, I didn't see any wrong with doing anything that was devilish, if you will, or that was, whatever.
Yeah.
I learned how to steal when I was 4 years old. You know what I mean? Nobody ain't be like, okay, we gonna steal this.
Yeah.
I stole and I got a butt whooping, and that taught me a valuable lesson, right? That taught me not to steal in front of my mother. Because we was at the grocery store and she was watching me and I didn't even know. And, I tried to do the old shimmy sham on her, and she was like, I saw you. And I got a good whooping that, changed my life, because you get that hand. Anyway, but this is what I'm saying. Like, I never looked at my life as being a hypocrite. Like, I would get up on the stage and I would sing, Jesus is real. And then, be eyeing the girl that I know that's giving me some action afterwards. And I ain't even feel no kind of way about it, right? It wasn't like I knew it was wrong, but I didn't feel like, no true conviction. And that's why I'm so glad that even if you do something for the wrong reason, it ain't right to do it for the wrong reason, but Jesus will be right there if you just are paying attention. Like, no matter where you are, if you have the sensibility to say, man, this ain't right, then the hand of God is on your life, because there is nothing about me as a human being that wants to resist doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, even talking about this, right? I don't have a script, and I'm like, Papa, get me on so I can talk the way I'm talking. I'm going to listen to this afterwards too, and I'm going to make some assessments, and hopefully I'm not offending anybody. And if I am, then my apologies. But my objective is to just really connect and to make everything that God has given me connect, because you can see this is like the handwriting on the wall. It's like everything just makes sense. And in that, you can offer somebody something, including yourself, because I have to stay in this. I can't associate with doubt and a lot of trepidation. I just got to move. And that's why I'm single, not because I don't have I don't think about that at times and stuff like that. But in this isolation, God has shown me how all of it works. How even if I knew I wasn't doing it the right way, He was showing me the nuances, because there are nuances about what we don't do. It ain't about what we do, and it's about what we don't do. Because we can, but we won't.
But we won't.
You understand? And I'm saying, like, that was for me. It wasn't that I couldn't, but it's just that I didn't. And then when I said I'm going to remove myself from this situation in my life that is not practical, I'm a part of this. So let me remove myself. And that's when, man, it just floodgates. But yeah.
Everyone, this is the Soul of Daniel. These comments. Tiara says, love it, love it, love it. Sissy says she wants me to play Your Love. I will get that on. And Monique she says, Temporary is beautiful. I love the way you merge the songs. Yes. June Murphy says, love it. Deborah says, God will meet you where you are. And Monique wants Run from the Sun. I'm going to get that on also. I want to ask you this question, and then I want to play one of my favorite songs by you that it's entitled Don't Label Me.
Yeah, that was yeah. Okay. You playing it?
Yeah. Well.
It was, that was just self-explanatory. It was when I first started my music, and TJ was talking about it. All of the soul, from John Legend to whoever, anybody that sat down and played or had an afro, there was so much, similarity between that movement and
Right.
everything was influenced by other things,
Mhm.
but it was a beautiful time. I remember, man, and what's real crazy is it's so many talented people.
Oh, it's
Goodness
a lot.
Lord.
Yeah, it is.
That's why, I'm not that's why it was befitting, because at that time, that was when you were going from CD to MP3, and it was
Mhm.
really affecting the way that the whole game was at the time.
Mhm.
And those of us who had CDs, we probably got 40,000 CDs in our closet, waiting for the CD revolution to come back.
Let's talk about vinyl. Let's talk about vinyl to CD, and then CD to MP. No, CD to mini disc players, because I
Right,
have
right,
player. Well, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to vinyl. No. Let's go back to reel to reel,
right.
and then well, people don't know what a DAT machine is. Well, okay, reel to reel, and then we go from 45 to 33s, and then we go to cassette, and then cassette to CDs,
Yep,
vinyl
yep,
CDs,
yep.
and then to mini disc players, which were short lived. I have a interview with Bernie Mac on my mini disc player that I need to transfer. I still
Oh
have that.
wow.
That's why I haven't gotten rid of my mini disc player, because I need that mini disc to play. So we go from that to I forgot, we got into burning CDs.
Right, right,
We got to burn them, right?
right,
Because
right.
as you said in the introduction of your album, look here,
Yeah, don't burn my stuff.
don't burn my stuff.
Don't burn my stuff, man. And
Yeah.
it was hard then, see, because it would be so wonderful if the only way that you could get the music is through the artist.
Yeah, it would be great, right?
That would be great. That would be great, because that would eliminate a whole lot of issues, and people don't have any empathy for an artist. In that creative process. Again, just like we don't have it for God. We don't have any empathy for the creator, because especially when you get used to it. When you get used to this 3 minutes and 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then you're going to evaluate it tough and see if you're going to add it to your CD changer in your car.
Yeah.
It took some people 365 days just to get that 3 minutes.
Exactly.
And there's so many moving parts, but it's difficult because you bring yourself into a time where you almost had to like educate people and entertain them, and it was just this weird place.
Yeah,
So
and I just want to be the artist. I just want to. I want to get the product, and I need y'all to do it. Yeah. And Carolyn says, "Oh, I forgot about it. You right. 8 tracks. I got some 8 tracks.
8 tracks,
I
yeah.
have Off the Wall with Michael Jackson. I got Gladys.
Oh my goodness!
All on 8 track. Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of mediums, and they sped up. From the CD to the MP3. It's revolutionized, because we used to have a budget where we would send out CDs and albums to DJ pools.
DJ pool.
That was an expensive time, man. That was expensive, y'all. Y'all don't. Hey, y'all out there that consume music, for artists like me, like independent, it took a lot of coin to get that. Especially for me to be on BET, like that wasn't. You ain't had no independent artist like that on BET. Everybody was signing Pepper, tell them. So we was hustling, man. And I was driving from state to Lord have mercy.
Yeah, because y'all, that's how. Now this is the truth. Let's take it back. So meet Daniel, right? And Daniel,
Jesus, that give me anxiety. How much time I put a lot of time on the road driving, man. Anyway, go ahead, Pepper.
You remember? Okay, y'all. Daniel, I didn't know Daniel.
I don't even know what you're about to say, but go ahead, girl.
This is how God works, right? So I meet you, we're talking on the phone, da-da-da-da. You call me up and say, "Hey, I'm coming to Austin." I was like, "Okay." He says, "Can I stay with you?" And I was like, wait, I don't know him. You know what? Oh, is he go? Okay. Well, okay.
He might be sketchy. He
You know,
could be sketchy. You never know.
so then when you got here, you were here for a week, right? Went to church, and y'all, he walked around. You see how he looks now? I told him before that we got on live, I said, wait a minute. You came in the summertime.
Just
and
like this.
He had a hoodie. He had a hoodie, right? In Texas. And had a wool hat.
Scully, yeah. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Connecticut. That's what we do. We do that all here in boots.
It's 100 degrees in Texas, and you have a hoodie and a skull hat. Like, what? And I was like, okay, just, you know, and everyone that saw him would go, is he hot? Is he
okay?
Is he okay? And I was like, don't even ask.
Big Mama was always like, he all right. They were giving me that side eye, like, okay, he seemed to be all right, but he wrapped up tight though.
And when you came to church and walked in,
they were
I was like, what is he? Is he okay? He got on a hoodie and a
yeah, and you know what? I get that everywhere I go, even to this day. I mean, sometimes I don't really pay attention, but that was special because I was like, I'm coming down there, and when we was it was when we was doing a radio interview, I was like, can I stay with y'all tonight?
Yes.
And she was like, she called her dad and her mom, and they said okay, and they had accommodations and food, and we had a good time. It was like I was been there forever.
And you were preparing to go to some mountain, not Everest, but you were going to somewhere, and you were in the room with a CPAP machine on. And I was going, is everything okay?
Yeah.
You were trying to get your lungs, and I was like,
yeah, I had the CPAP. I forgot about that. Don't be telling all about it. Yeah, I had the CPAP, y'all. I was funny.
And all I heard was.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, is he okay? And you're like, I'm trying to get my lungs strong enough because the altitude is going to be higher. You were going some other country.
We were going to
Switzerland, or I don't know.
Yeah, we were going somewhere over there.
It was yeah.
Oh, hold on, it's gonna hit me. That was a trip. That was Holland.
Holland.
That was Holland. Yeah.
Get my lungs together. I was like,
yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Upper elevations.
Yeah, the elevation. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
And then I met second time, and when you came back a second time, I gave you my my GPS. What was it? A Garmin.
Yeah.
I took it out of my car because I was like,
well, Garmin.
You're gonna need this because you're traveling.
Yeah, I was going from Estes to Austin, and then South by Southwest. That's when I came back.
Yeah, that's when you
and I was doing a lot of stuff on the street, and it was New Orleans. Man, that time was. And that time you had to go. You had to either drive there because we didn't have any of this stuff. This right here, none of it. I mean, we had to either bring the album to you, or you wasn't gonna get it.
And I was like, here, take this because you don't know where you're going. Because he was like, I'm just going to drive. I was like, do you know how to get there? No, I'm just going to get on the road. I was like, no, take this Garmin because you need direction. So
that was a good time. I mean, I think about how many places, just on the road in that time with God, that development, I mean, the people that I met, you introduced me to so many people over at KPFK.
Yes.
Not KPFK. Is it KPFK?
No, KZI.
KZI. I'm thinking about right down the street here. Yeah.
Laura, and then you met my cousin Cheryl and Sammy.
Yeah.
I took you out to their house up on the top of the hill.
Yeah. With the piano.
With the piano. Yes.
Yeah. And they was all the way up in the top of the hill, bro. They was up there. They got their own zip code up there. Yeah, buddy, you get up there, buddy, you out the way. You better have you a whole lot of stuff up there. They still up there?
They're still up there. Yes.
And I know Big Mama passed like 3 years ago, and I know your pop.
It'll be 4 years in August, and then Daddy was 9 years this past March.
Wow, me and your dad, we would stay. He'd be playing them old records, man. Getting that guitar, he was killing it at the church. And
Yes.
I don't know if y'all know if she played, but that's a musician right there. Y'all don't know if you be telling people stuff. I ain't gonna say that. I know. Okay, you gonna keep all that on the low. But their whole family is talented, man. All of them, all of them sing. Monty, all of them, they sing. They sang us.
Thank you. Thank
They
you.
sang us. Their family is super talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They made me feel warm, and that was indicative of, again, God's hand. He allowed me to meet people on the way that didn't mean no harm for me, didn't try to take advantage of me, didn't do me dirty. I didn't do them dirty. Like, it was just a warm, like that time, because that's major development, especially when you move into an area where you bringing somebody a part of you.
Yeah.
That is, that's creative, and that you want them to embrace what you have to offer. So
Yes.
I don't take any of it lightly, and that's why right now I'm developing, what God has for me, so that as people get more of a grasp about their human data, about their story, about letting things go, about allowing God to, utilize their lives as testimonies, there has to be a platform for that.
Yeah.
There has to be somewhere for that. That's 24 hours a day that you can turn on, and people can talk about their marriage, their addiction, in a way that doesn't we don't have sympathetic music for the drug addict. We have a praise for the practicality of Jesus.
Yeah.
Showing us how it's different. We don't see these narratives. We in this society, it's not difficult to create, fandom out of, sad situations and angry situations.
Yeah.
Those two extreme emotions is where we get caught up, and really there's nothing there for us.
Yeah.
And Jesus is simply saying, I understand you, man. Just like this is why the Antichrist is going to be so, because it's already present. Because again, we try to pacify God's agenda, and we try to lighten it, because we haven't moved beyond the place of our secrets, because that's really all it is. And I'm just talking to me and you, Pepper. Anybody else that's listening, y'all listen, I'm not really talking to you. So if you being moved by it, that's God talking to you. Don't say, oh, he said it. I mean, I see the comments, that's cool. But Jesus is real, man. And when God has me, is always looking at myself, the human that I see.
Right.
And, we started it in 2014. And consider this cafe, consider this THIS, the human I see. Again, it's a cafe, and it's been exactly what and how we met. But when I meet people on the street, I get to talk to them and move it beyond just a conversation, because I feel like God's giving me something. I can help anybody. I got resources, man. I'm wealthy, man, in my resources. And if somebody wants to go wherever they want to go, whatever they're trying to do, I'll work with you. But I will not work with you if you're not bringing a discipline. I'm not trying to gas you up, but I can help anybody. I feel like God has given me something. I got so many different things I do, and so many things that I have access to. And it's like I just want to help. Pepper, I've been talking to you about doing what you're doing for a long time. Like, I was breathing down your neck, because everybody don't have access to a KZI. I was telling Dora, same thing, like, everybody don't have access to. And when you're given something like that, it's not difficult to not see it as big as it can be. Yeah. Because you get just so, it came so easy, and you got it here. And when you killing it, but you have your own testimony about how God has expanded your vision from when you had trepidation and fear. And then you went in and you saw it. Wasn't that difficult? Now look at you. You're smiling, and this is just the beginning because I told you, you know, God wants you to organize and get your thoughts together and leave the past behind because you can't operate in the past. It's impossible. That's already gone. That's just data. And if you look at it as data and not feelings, you can see how you could have moved different so that won't allow you to do the same thing in the present.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Not what you did wrong, but how God makes you see it and how to do it right. You don't keep saying, I put this screw in here wrong. All you got to do is read direction. You put the right one in the right one.
Right one.
Boom. And you got your result.
Yeah.
But Pepper, I'm proud of you. Because all these stories, man, it's so much. It's impossible to give it all. Yeah. But the passion that I have for it, you know, for what God has given me, man, is I understand, like, you know, where it's a, you know, like fire shut up in my bones, because nobody has to be. And I'm so happy that during the time that I wasn't aware of so many things or didn't choose it, God was still there, you know, and didn't allow me to get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Since you're speaking of that, okay, so I'm not going to don't label me. Y'all purchase the music. I'm going to go to this other song. So I want to play this because this is a great description on how God accepts us, right? Because we say that you need to look a certain way and you got to be a certain way. So y'all listen to this song. This is by The Soul of Daniel. Check it out.
I ain't a thug, but I like to braid my hair. That don't mean I don't love him. No, it don't mean I don't love him. No, it don't mean I don't love him. I ain't a thug, but I like to braid my hair. That don't mean I don't love him. Tell me this, what does my hair got to do with me? Loving God, nothing. Show up, don't. I ain't a thug, but I like to wear my Timbs. That don't mean I don't love him. No, it don't mean I don't love. That mean I don't love. Check it. Ain't a thug, but I like to wear my Timbs. That don't mean I don't love. Tell me this, yo. What does my shoes got to do with me loving God? Nothing. No, it don't. See that you misjudge me. Don't judge a book by the cover. Don't try to judge me. Oh no.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. And Pepper?
Yes.
Here's an evolution to that, right? Because there's a part where my attire doesn't matter, right? But in my maturation and evolution, right? Now I have to pay attention to not the clothes, but this. See, this is, it ain't the clothes, it's this. And you can almost wear anything you want to wear. If you have the pleasantry of God in your face, man, none of that matters. And there's always a conversation about the aesthetics of a person versus the spirit vibe of a person. And it's not difficult to be so adamant about what you look like that you forget how you are presenting yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Those and they're almost one and the same for people, because there's an aesthetic that has a philosophy attached to it. And like in our culture, that's a part of us, right? So if I look a certain way, how do I denounce my association? This is what makes our loyalties to disloyalty really it has a nuance to it. Because just because you got a long skirt, it don't mean you ain't frowning up at the person. Just because you got your head garment and you look, because it's here. And a lot of times we have this sourness about, you understand what I'm saying, about who is next to us. And it's not, I'm not even talking about just people in church, but I understand that the culture of church is a singular autonomy, because when you go to a church, normally you either go into that church for the first time or leaving the church to go to a church. And you're trying to find a place where you could fit in because you didn't fit in necessarily at the other place.
Yeah.
And this is no different from the golf team or the swim team. None of this is different. It's all the same. That's why we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. It's a principle. It's a principle, right? That if I don't know how to be received, or they can't receive me, then something is wrong with them, or something has to be wrong with me. And it's very difficult for for a human being to understand that when they have an identity problem, because you have to understand, in our culture, as soon as we get something, we get a title, we want to hold on to it, and it becomes our possession. So it's not difficult to see somebody on the front row claiming their seat all the time.
Yeah.
This is why, you understand what I'm saying? And that right there can be a trigger. And then you have the nuances of war within these subcultural places. And then God he ain't present like that, because he can't be in the middle of that.
Yeah.
It has to be, and these things happen in our association. So our aesthetic, our presentation, there's so many nuances about us that we will not necessarily accept. But when I started accepting it, when I go out into the street, and my objective is to meet whoever comes in my path, I don't care who, I just want to be ready. If they perceive me, cool. If they don't, cool. Because I really don't like to talk in the first place. And if you might think that they're like, but I can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? I can take it or leave. I can be quiet and just reserved, or I can be like this. But when you're meeting somebody, you have to figure out, how can I get over whatever they have for me? If they having a roadblock for me, God, give me something that I could say, as opposed to being like, oh, you don't like me, or whatever it is that people bring, because it's not difficult to bring something. We all bring something that we might not see it because it's us.
Yeah.
That's why the focusing on the human that you see in the mirror, if it ain't lining up with the way that Jesus operated, man, it's always some more work to do. You understand what I'm saying? And that keeps you busy. That keeps you preoccupied. And then you ain't gonna have a whole lot of other foolishness going on in your life. And you stay away from conflict. And that's what it's been for me. That's what it's been for me.
Wow.
Go ahead, Pat.
Everyone, the Soul of Daniel. Honey, Deborah wants to hear this song, Your Love.
Right.
So we're getting ready to play Your Love for Deborah.
There you go.
Deborah, this is for you. The Soul of Daniel. Your Love.
Here you go, Pepper. Can you hear this? Can you hear that?
No. What is that?
You can't hear that? You hear that?
You go play for me.
Here I am knocking at your door. Let me in. I'm in need of love. I'm in need of friend. But you might not be able to hear it like that. Go ahead, you play it. Go ahead, you got it, Pepper.
You're gonna make me cry. Like, okay, y'all. Here it is.
Here I am knocking at your heart. Let me in. I'm in need of love. I'm in need of a friend. Now can you spare a little piece of your heart? 'Cause wherever you are, I need to be part of your love. It makes me what I am. Your love is all I need. Your love, it makes me what I am. I saw you the other day walking to the store. I didn't go in, I sat outside and watched the door. It seemed like eternity until the time you came back out. I didn't see nothing, but I wanted to just reach out and just hold you because your love, it makes me what I am. Your love is all I need. Your love, it makes me what I am. It makes me wonder, what if you weren't around? Would I still be able to wear this smile? I don't think so. It wouldn't be possible. As a matter of fact, there's no way in the world I can live without your love. It makes me what I am. Your love is all I need. Your love, it makes me what I am. Listen. See, your love is all I need. Yes, your love is everything I need. Your love is everything I need. Hey, hey, your love is all I need. You are my sun, you are my moon. Hey, hey, your love is all I need. And in the winter, you're my June. Hey, hey, your love is all I need. You are. Hey, hey, your love is everything I need. Oh, and I kneel down on my knees and pray. The first thing that I ask for is for the Lord to keep you safe. And when I lie down, your name is on my mind. When I think of your love, sometimes I begin to cry. 'Cause your love makes me what I am. Love you.
Go ahead. Hey, 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 your love is all I need. I forgot we was live. I'm sorry. I forgot all about this. I'm sorry.
keep on. I'm serious.
No. I'm serious. No, you go ahead. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. I just gotta get.
No. Go do. Yes. Like, oh, it was so.
I haven't touched none of this stuff in so long. I'm trying to tell you, I'm listening to that. I'm thinking about, I got remixes to all this stuff 10 times over.
I am just, okay. My aunt is on, my dad's sister. Hey, Moselle, he knew daddy. He met daddy. He stayed here at the house.
Yeah.
He looks just like my dad.
No, for real.
Yes, for real. I'm gonna send you. You'll be like, is that your daddy?
Pops was the man. He taught me some stuff, boy. He taught me about welding. He was man. Pops was like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around grown men. I'm trying to say my life has been enriched because I've learned little bits from so many people. And that little time I was out there with you, Pep, listen, your dad taught me a lot. He taught me the difference between soldering, because I was doing, I had my little projects that I'm doing. I was like, I'm going to solder this. He's like, no, I don't solder it. I'm going to show you how to weld this thing. To this day, I can weld because your dad.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to tell you, man, burning stuff and doing stuff in the Austin way. Buddy, hey, I'm going to tell you, that was special, man.
Yeah.
That time was special.
Yeah.
It was.
He has touched a lot. There are some, a lot of the men that I have introduced him to, they're like, your dad taught me. Your dad came over to the house and repaired it, and he taught me how to do this in case and your dad taught me this, or I stopped by the house and you weren't there and your dad told me, yeah, he left so many gems and just.
I can see his gold tooth right now, just smiling. I can see it, man. That guy was good, man. He was a good guy.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yeah. He was. Everyone, this is The Soul of Daniel. That song, woo! But this song right here. Wait. This song right here. Oh, ooh. This song right here. This song, I believe, teaches. Ooh, okay. Okay. I got to play both of them. I got to play both of them. So the first one is
like you froze on the screen right there. You like,
you're like, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do, girl?
I'm gonna play this one first. This one to me is being very vulnerable about hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Let me read these right quick. Let me get this. Let's see. Moselle says, amen. I agree. God is all about love. You can't say you love God and treat people any way you want. When you give your life to God, I mean, truly give it to him, everything changes. Carolyn says, so very beautiful, the song that we played, Your Love. Monique says, I agree. Carolyn, thanks for the request, honey. Gloria says, amen, a Moselle. Deborah says, Nikki love. And then Deborah says, laughing. And a Moselle says, wow, he was a good man because he was the best. He had a heart of gold and I miss him a lot. Oh, we all do. And Deborah says, me too, auntie. And Gloria says, love. So this song right here, if you ever been hurt, listen to this song. This is The Soul of Daniel right here on the Hot Pepper Show.
Yeah, I've been in love before. It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then
I realize that the same thing will make you smile sometimes. It's the same thing will make you cry.
I've been in love, and I have to admit, it hurts sometimes. have to admit, hurt sometimes.
Listen, this is how it goes right here.
Now here we are, we're in love, and it feels good. Yes, it does. Now I remember the day we met. You look like an angel. I can't forget that moment when I looked into your eyes and I almost lost my breath. It scared me half to death, then I knew you were who I referred to when I told my boys about my dream girl.
Bring back memories.
That was then and this is now. I've been in love and I have to admit, oh, it hurts sometimes. Some things have changed, it ain't the same no more. I've been there. I have to admit, it hurts sometimes. Sometimes this happens to the best of us. See, we think later and we love first. We place ourselves into harm's way to meet our soulmate. We hope and pray that we'll fall in love just like the fairy tales. And they'll have you thinking that everything is well. But before you know it, love takes a turn. And then you're left there with another scar from the burn singing, why'd you do it? Why did you put me through this? It wasn't supposed to be this way. Oh, I've been there, and I feel you. It hurts sometimes.
It's gonna be all right, baby.
See, yes, it hurts sometimes, but that's okay. It's gonna be alright. Say yes, it hurts sometimes, that's okay. Say yeah, I know it hurts sometimes, but that's okay. It's gonna be alright. Say yes. It hurts sometimes, but that's okay. It's gonna be alright. Say yes. It hurts sometimes, but that's okay. It's gonna be alright. Say yes. It hurts sometimes, but that's okay. Yes.
That was some beautiful. That young man was singing over there. He was
You say, yeah. So I think people need to know this, okay? And I'm glad that Monique said this. Monique had a question earlier, and Monique, I will come back to the question when we play the last song, which is the one that you requested. Something that she just said. She says, why does this song sound like a group is singing? Is he solo or doing background vocals? He does what?
Yeah, I do it all. I do all of that stuff.
He does it all. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted him to say. He does.
Now that song had one of my live guitars, one of my guitar players, Masa Kohama,
Mhm.
and on the bass it was Corny.
Okay.
But everything else I was playing, and then I was singing all black backgrounds on that song. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. My Aunt Moses says, beautiful song. It tells a story of love. Yes, it does. And Carolyn says, love, love, love the instrumental interlude. And then Carolyn says, it all. It all.
You know?
It
Thank
all.
you.
It
Do you,
all.
are you a coffee drinker?
No, I'm not.
I drink a lot of coffee.
Okay, so tell us about the coffee that you drink, and do you drink it at nighttime before you go to bed? Is it all day long? Is it in the morning? What?
All
Anytime?
day. I drink a cup to put me to sleep.
Really?
I drink a cup to wake me up. I drink it all day long. I'm just a coffee drinker.
So is it black? Is it cream, sugar?
No. This is careful now. You know, you have the light, and then you have Coffee Mate. Those are the two giants. I like certain things from Delight, and then I like certain things from Coffee Mate.
I've never heard of Delight. What is DELIGHT?
Delight, they got, they have the cappuccino, they have the hazelnut.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go to
Coffee Mate.
But you know what Coffee Mate is, right?
Coffee Mate is they do the cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got a whole lot of I'm addicted to every last one of them except maybe a couple. But I like cream I like coffee with my cream.
Oh, you're not doing
That's
the
how
heavy
it is.
sugar, no cream. That's a black coffee. You don't like the black coffee. You want the cream. Okay.
Yeah, I fill it up like a quarter cream, and then I add the coffee. Yeah, that's how I do it. Okay. I got a sweet tooth, and I can't eat a whole lot of cake and stuff, so I gotta make it up for the coffee.
Okay. Anyone else on this live right now? Do y'all coffee like that? Like he said, like
I just had that coffee. I mean, let me see. Y'all got. I don't see no coffee comments. Y'all can. I'll drink it all for y'all.
Come on.
It's okay. I drink it all for y'all.
So I want to ask you.
Yes.
Your writing. You were saying earlier that you write 5 or 6 songs a day. So are you your worst critic in writing? Are you write, and does it usually stick, or do you constantly try to make the song better? Do you it's been maybe 2 years I've been working on this song, or do you just write and you just say, I like that? All
of it. All of the editing process is almost all the way to the end before you release it. I haven't released a song like that because when you had to put it on CD, there was something final about it, and now I don't feel that attachment to music like that. For it to not to have to go on a piece of medium to present to somebody,
right?
For me, it as an artist, it freed me up. It made me think of music, so that was one of the good things that came out of simplifying, and making it MP3. Because now you could do a lot of it and choose to whenever you want to release something, just put it out there in this way. I mean, I've done a lot of music for a lot of television shows. I mean, my catalog of tracks, because before I started actually singing on the music, I had to learn how to bring out my sound without sounding like everybody else. And like Life, Love, and Liberation, like that was my second, that was my real first attempt. All that stuff, Temporary, and all that stuff that you Thug, that was like an experimental album. That was when I was just coming off of television. It was like, okay, I'm getting ready to do my thing. And because I started developing a television show for myself that was going to go on NBC, and then that gave me the space to start doing music. And it was crazy because right after I was on a show called City Guys, right? And after we rapped, I was walking upstairs to my dressing room and it said, it's time to do your music. that was something that spoke into my spirit. And I
Mhm.
had never, recorded music. So it was a weird thing. And I had just kind of got a grip on my production skills enough to, be able to navigate. And in LA, the people that I met, right?
Mhm.
Like my band was some of some of the dopest cats. I mean, I don't want to name drop, so I'm gonna move away from. But we have all the musicians here,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? So some of the dopest musicians were playing with me, and I was like, wow, you
Mhm.
know. And it went from that to meeting people, and even when we did temporary, most of those people that are singing in the background, that wasn't me. That was people from the Lion King, from the cast that was in LA at the time. I happened to go into the studio; they were there. And a couple of my friends were in the group too. And I was like, can y'all put this track down?
And they were like,
And it
sure.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
and it just happened, Donnie McKirkland's sister, Olivia, God rest her soul. Donnie McKirkland, his sister, Olivia McKirkland, and Patty, who used to sing with um, Whitney Houston and all them, Charlotte Gibson. Like,
Uh-huh.
in,
Mhm.
in the industry, these are big names. People
Right.
know them.
Right.
But nonetheless, that was just an experimental album. And then 2 years later, that's when I started working on the Life, Love, and Liberation album.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like, this hasn't always been. But in this 20 years, I mean, God has done some miraculous things, like my musicianship, my vocal ability. He's just enhanced it from where I was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's why it bubbles in me to want to do music. I wish I could just turn this on and let you hear some, but it ain't time, because all of it works together.
Yes.
And it's a lot of discipline not to release music.
Yeah.
It is. It's hard.
So Carolyn wants to know, what comes first, the music or the words?
All of it kind of come together, man. It's a weird because I don't start messing with something unless I have something to say, right? So
Mm.
it's like, you just take a phrase, and then it's like, for me, the bass line, I can hear the bass line, and then I just see a big music video in my head.
Mm.
And it all kind of starts unfolding. But there's no real like one thing after another. A lot of times, the melody will happen.
Yeah.
So it's different things.
So Carolyn also wants to know, any particular brand of coffee?
I'm gonna tell you right now, my favorite right now is Folgers Black Silk. I'm on this
Black
Folgers.
silk? What makes it? Yeah, I don't do coffee, so I'm like, black silk.
It's really, really dark roast, so you can feel that huskiness in the coffee. Like it's like a bowl. You can feel a huskiness. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
in coffee?
Yeah. You know how how when you drink like a cold Gatorade, like if it's cold, if it's hot outside, you want it just cold.
Yeah.
It just hit the spot. That's what I mean by husky. It has this like, and then I add the cream too. So the hazelnut. I got the sweet tooth. I got to have coffee. Then I sprinkle a little salt in there, because that brings out the. Listen, y'all don't understand.
Salt in your coffee?
Just a little dash with turmeric and cinnamon. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm on my coffee hard, man. It's like, coffee and water. Those are my two things.
Wow. That's amazing. So Carolyn, are you a coffee drinker? Because evidently you had questions. So I guess Carolyn said, I'm getting ready to try that cinnamon and that dash of salt and some cream, cinnamon, and dash of salt.
You after you get the coffee, after it runs, just a little dash. If you like sugar, you got to have a little bit of salt in the coffee that's going to take it and tweak it. I'm trying to tell you. Oh man, I can prepare. Come on now, cappuccino. Come on. What you got? I'm ready.
You know what you
Thanks for the
sound
record.
like? You sound like the song. It's gonna be the last song. You can't run from the sun. Get it up, get it up, get it up, get it. Come on. Like,
Marcus said, let's go.
come on, get it. Okay, so I got giddy up. I have to play another song. The other song that I want to play. Okay. Yeah, this one's.
Can I say something? Let me jump in here. I just want to send a shout out to Sinbad too. Like,
yes.
Yeah, because he was in the Dance If You Want a video. I mean, everything's kind of running together and it's easy to skip over because we just having a good time. And like I said, I'm appreciative of this opportunity. I just don't want to go by little things like, that can be mentioned. Because Sinbad has been a beacon for like our careers. Like when you were young, when we were young, just coming out of college and going to Hollywood, there wasn't too many people that had the kind of pull and the kind of green lighting, can actually say, pull him in and let's do something. And he's done a lot of that for one of my guys whose name is Doug Williams, fantastic comedian. And he put him in his movie. But, he was there for me. And I mean, we had a great relationship because I would do music for his radio show at the time when he came into LA, and his Summer Jam Fest put a lot of people on back in the day.
Right.
And he's one of those missing, because he helped usher in that neo soul. He did. I mean, people don't want to, because at that time, like, it was Freaknik and all that kind of stuff was happening. But when Sinbad did his Summer Jam in Bermuda, he featured most of the artists that either were old and forgotten, like the Whispers and all those guys, or new people like India Irie and I didn't have that chance, but he did the same thing on his radio show for me. And that was big because we were in LA and he would play my music all the time. And, he came by on the video, did the video. So to see him in this position, really, going through what he's going through, it's just beautiful to just know the connection, and we just pray for Sinbad because he's a legend, in the industry. And he's put a lot of smiles on people's faces, so.
Yeah. I've always been a follower of him. I enjoy his spirit. He's always just been, he's just always come over as a really nice guy,
Genuine, man, 100% authentic.
Yeah.
He would give his shirt off his back. So, and then they had a reunion to the different world. I think it was early last year, or early this year, but he came on the scene and he said, thank you to everybody. So a lot of times we don't know when something's going to happen, but I just, just wanted to throw it out because he was in the video, man. Big shout out for Sinbad, man.
Yes. Love some Sinbad.
Yeah.
Carolyn says no to the question of coffee. No, I come from a family of coffee drinkers. And she says, I only use coffee when I need to stay awake, like driving a long distance or need to stay awake.
Yeah, no, I could put it in. Hey, don't get me in a coffee together. And if you don't like coffee, don't go down there and protest against coffee. Just don't drink it. You ain't got to protest against everything you don't like. Let the coffee drinkers leave us alone.
I need my coffee.
Leave coffee.
Soul of Daniel. The next song is I Love You.
Oh, yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Daniel.
I love you. I love you, Pepper.
I love you too. Here it is, you guys. Check it out.
Like a good old fashioned love song, you know what I mean? Me and you. My mouth to your ears. When there is nothing else to say, nothing, no, to describe how I feel about you, yeah. Ooh, not enough time in one day. Before I won't do it, no, won't, yeah. To show you, yeah. Or tell you what I feel inside. but 3 words come to mind. I love you. Oh, yes, I do. I love you. Want you to know that I love you. I want to express myself. I love you. I got to tell. I love you. How I feel. I love you. I can't help myself. I love you. I got to keep it real. I love you. Yes, I really do. Ain't afraid to say. No, 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 no. Yeah. And I don't really care. Who knows about it? Don't really care. Listen. It don't make a difference if the whole world knows about it. Knows about it. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. I'm so glad that I got you. So glad, yeah. In my life. In my life. And I want to express myself right now. Tell you. Yes, I do. I love you. I'm crazy about you. I love you. I'm nuts about you. I love you. I'm mad about you. I love you. I can't live without you. I love you. I refuse to be without you. I love you. I'm talking about real love. I love you. Yeah. Pray for me, yeah. I hope you're feeling what I'm feeling inside. I hope you know what I'm feeling inside. You are everything that I ever need. That I need. I really love you. I ain't ashamed to let the world know that it's you I love. I really love you. I wanna tell you one more time that I really do. I really love. Every time I talk about you, I get chills up and down my spine. Yes, I do. It's you that I'm in love with, and I don't mind, telling you I really love you. You make me feel so good inside. I really love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I said, I do. I said, I do. I do. I do. Yeah. I'm talking about real love. Real love. The kind of love that lasts forever. Real love, real love, real love.
You had the stank face going now. You were like, ew. That guitar was everything. Were you playing the guitar?
No, that was Masa and Corny. Again, like my band, I got the stank face because, like, you know how when I play my own stuff, it was interesting. Like when I play my stuff, and then I had other cats translate my music and do it. I was like, wow. And I mean, these guys give a shout out because a lot of people haven't heard my band. They haven't heard me play live with my band. I mean, very few people. And those are some of the most amazing times. And most of those guys, you know, they're married and have children now, and they don't even do what they used to do. But to be at that time, it was just an incredible time, just for music. Like TJ said it earlier at the beginning of the interview, like it was just that time where people were honing their musical ability, and it was being received. They put it on the label neo soul,
Yeah.
but it was so many artists. Goodness.
Yeah.
Good
Yes.
times, man.
Good times.
Good
And
times.
I want to play another song that you did that I would always play at the radio station. And I would receive calls on this song because people were advocating for this song. You wondering what song it is, aren't you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm serious. People would call and say, Pepper, can you play that every Saturday? That's what, yes, we need that. People need to hear it. And I'll be like, okay. You're like, okay, what is it?
Oh, you can't run from the sun.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Freedom?
Nope.
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Well, you about to be surprised. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
We live in the day when radio just play music that's got something to say, like they did back in the day when they used to play Marvin Gaye. That was called music then. Music that spoke to your mind, music that talked about life. I wish I could go back in time. I wish I can just press rewind to show you the difference. Cause yes, there's a difference between the way that it was and what they choose to give us. 10 songs on a playlist, repeat every day list. They force us to like it, and then we go out and buy sometimes. Now, some of it's hot, true, but some of it's not true. Somebody please balance it out. Can someone do something about this music? I'm calling you out. Does anybody have the heart to put real music back on the chart? The world has gone long enough without real music. I'm calling you out. Does anybody have the heart to put real music back on the chart? The world has gone long enough without real music. What happened to the music? They come and abuse it, mistreat it, misuse it, use it. What in the world are we doing? No creativity, no, nothing to inspire me, no, leaving me feeling empty. That's not the way it should be. Ooh, somebody's guilty. Most of this music is filthy. Top 10 have nothing to say, but they still get the airplay. Now why is that? Oh, does anybody feel me? Holler if you hear me. And if you want it back, say you want it back. Bring me some of that music. I'm calling you out. Does anybody have the heart to put good music back on the chart? The world has gone long enough without real music. I'm calling you out. Does anybody have the heart to put good music back on the chart? We've gone long enough without it. You know that feel good.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
that's a little hump. That's that West Coast hump, man. You know, it's It's so many stories, and
that's that
great.
West Coast hump. That's that like
that West Coast hump. Yep.
So this is something interesting that Carolyn says. She says, I am in search of a new vocabulary to try to describe what I am hearing. I like that. I like that. Like, what is it that I'm hearing? And then Slona says, awesome vibe. I was thinking the same thing as Daniel. What happened to the music? You know, like what happened to the music? And then Slona says, this is that dance while you sing type of song for sure. Yes.
Thank you. That's great. That's great. You know, it's crazy on being able to translate what you feel into this music thing. Pepper, like to be able to translate it and to be able to articulate it. Like you're a translator and an articulator of it, because you pass forward other people's music as well, and you hear it. You want them to get it, but to take it and like for you to hear it in your head and then like put it on this thing so other people can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, man. Like that gift is really interesting. It's really interesting to have that type of thing.
Mm.
I mean, I don't have a point. I'm just like observing it like outwardly. I mean, you just make a whole lot of stuff, you know, you make a whole lot of music, and over time you don't really realize where you end up because you don't come out the womb knowing how to play. And then you hear things and you know, if you have a vocal ability, you want to be able to translate how the music feels to you. And some people don't have that ability to take. Some people are singers and they're dynamic.
Mm.
Some people are musicians and dynamic, but everybody can't grab their sound. And I'm looking forward to sharing Pepper with you, like when the time is right for the next level, man. I mean, because it's already done. That music is 20 years old or more. Like I wrote her sometimes back in like 90 something when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wasn't able to put it down until like 2003 or whenever Life, Love, and Racing came out. But it's crazy on how fast you grow and how fast it grows in you.
Yeah.
Like a child almost. Mm-hmm.
But it sounds, it's when I play it on the radio, right? People think it's relevant because people think it's new music. They're like going, is that new? That's new. And it's like, no, it's 20 years. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yes, it's 20 years old.
That's great. That's classic, man. I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's nice to know that people still find value in it.
Yes.
Because I'm finding value in it right now. I'm like, yo, this is cool to hear it like that.
How does it feel? Because I see your expression, right? And especially when you come close, you'd be like, whoa, what is that? Like, okay.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? How does it feel?
Well, I mean, like I have a piano right here, and so I'm just kind of remembering, like, you know, the chords, and just when it came to me, I have that whole album video recorded.
Wow, really?
When I was doing that album, I had the whole thing like tape. I've been able to record and document video for the last 30 years of my life. And I think that that's really one of the things that allows me to look at and study myself and to study where I've been. Because when you look into the footage,
yes,
it's cool. But when those events are happening and you can see exactly, I can't wait to show you because it'll happen when it's time. But I study that stuff, and I studied that stuff for some time. I don't do it anymore. But there was something powerful about recording yourself and then looking at it.
Yeah.
And I think that's real effective because we have the ability to record our entire lives without anybody else doing it, right?
Yeah.
And to see it back so you can know what you're doing throughout the day.
Yeah.
It's trip, man. This is great.
Uh-huh.
It'll move your life because I didn't know I looked like that until I looked at it. Because you just don't think about it. But all of this stuff, all the music we recorded, it's bringing back a whole lot of memories of a time of 20 years ago.
Yeah. And this is going to be a time of me looking at this. I'm excited to, when this is over with, when I hit end, I'm excited to go and see this because it's going to be out there. And I was telling you earlier about the, okay. Let me say this. And then I'm going to tell you what I said earlier. I said,
right.
Deborah says she can't wait. She said she waiting on you to share because she probably gonna be going knocking on the door going, hey, has Daniel sent you the stuff yet?
Go ahead, Dad.
You know,
I ain't never forget all of y'all sisters up in the choir tearing it up, singing. Yeah, trust me, it's like yesterday. I remember it.
So Slona says to be able to channel that good music vibe without remaking the song over and over is rare. Yeah, it is. It is. So what I was saying earlier is that I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. I am where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be going through that light. I'm supposed to misplace my keys, and it, gets me later to work because of an accident that happened before I got there. I believe in timing. Like everything, the people that I meet, when I met you, I was supposed to meet you. I was supposed to accept you into my life. You were supposed to be here, like all of that. So today, when the eclipse took place, right? And I was experiencing it, and I was trying not to make it complicated, and I didn't want to overthink it, right? But in my brain, I was like, wait a minute. So how is it that I've seen the sun? I've seen the sun set, and it's huge. It's like and I've taken pictures of it in my vehicle going, man, that sun is, how's the sun get that big? Like, it looks like it's right in front of me, right?
Right.
And then I can look at the moon, and it's a blue moon or whatever they call it. And the moon is huge. And then today, I am witnessing the moon covering the sun. And it's the same size. The same size. And 31 million people are watching? And I'm thinking, now, if 31 people can watch, and there's no Democrat, there's no Republican, if 31 people can watch at the same time, why can't we get along? Like, if 31 people can go out and watch this, and then I'm sitting there going, I am interviewing Daniel today. I'm interviewing the soul of Daniel. And Daniel speaks of the sun, the S-U-N, and the S-O-N. How, it's not ironic that I'm interviewing him on today, a day of the eclipse.
Right.
Like, this is
you wouldn't have known when it was planned. No, it was, it's all divine.
It's all divine. It's like,
definitely.
So I'm just honored. And I don't take any, like, the things that have happened in my life, I don't take any of it for granted, because the relationships that I have made on this journey is mind-boggling. There's no way that TJ and he didn't say this, but TJ was living in DC, working before he got to LA.
Oh, okay, got you.
He was in DC training. He worked for Sears. It was an appliance company.
Right.
So he was in DC and was in DC for a period of time, and then he was like, I gotta go.
Right.
I'm out of here. So they were like, okay, we'll send you to LA.
Yeah.
They didn't say go back to Texas. They didn't say, no, we're going to send you to Florida. No, it's like, okay, I'm going to get him to LA because Pepper been talking about this Daniel guy.
Yeah, that's wild.
And TJ's going to be observant. He's going to notice his surroundings. He's going to notice Daniel, because I'm going to get him over to where Venice Beach is at. He's never been there before. He's seen it on TV. Oh, they talk about Venice Beach and in LA. Oh yeah, really? Yeah,
that's incredible. But that's how I go though. I don't even trip anymore, man, because it's been like that. And now, I don't have to have signs and wonders, man, because my life, and this is what our lives are supposed to be. Sometimes we look for the big thing, the big reveal, but it's happening in our lives every day.
Every day.
And I mean, apropos to what you're talking about, the sun, I mean, is so many metaphors and so many examples of the son and this father son, that relationship, Jesus. But more importantly, I mean, the practicality of this stuff, man. And this is what you can't run from. The sun is about. It's about the practicality of what nobody has to tell you anything. You already know what's good for you. And the objective is to get people to think clear in terms of like Pepper. It's like this. Before you started doing what you're doing right now, your mind was thinking, right? And you can create obstacles for yourself that will prevent you from ever moving.
Exactly.
That moving would remove you from. And that's the power of the mind. That's why the transformation can't come until your mind is renewed. It can't happen. I mean, it could be clear, it could be all kinds of stuff, but you know, so the prayer is, you know, for your mind to be in a good place, because illogic and logic are the same thing. They both make sense, but one is bad for you. That's why it's ill on it. One makes you sick. That's why it's called ill.
Yeah.
Illogic makes sense, though. It makes sense. Like, it makes sense for somebody who has an attachment to another person to stay there because you feel like, oh, relationships are supposed to take work. So you feel like the treacherous road is what you have to do and have to be a part of. You can fool yourself into thinking like that. But guess what Jesus said? My yoke is easy. You dig what I mean?
Yeah.
My yoke is easy. So it's all good.
Yeah. It's all good.
Because I can talk forever on this, man. That's why I'm trying to move so you can move, so everybody can say it in pieces and go. And
yes.
Amen.
So Shirley says, I think his next album should be Eclipse.
Like that. That's dope, though. I like that.
Deborah says, Daniel, you are the best guest ever. I will pray for your journey. God is using you. I love you, big bro. Love. Yes, sissy. I'm going to bed. And then she comes back and say, I stayed up late just for you and Pepper.
Deb, you so sweet. What's up with your little cousin, the one that played drums?
That's my nephew.
Your nephew, rather. I'm sorry.
Sterling. Yeah, Sterling is 26, 27, 20.
And he's bad on the drums, boy.
How old is Sterling? Deborah, how old is Sterling? I don't forgot. So yeah, he's engineer now, working, still playing drums. Yes.
I remember the family. I remember all of y'all. That's my family.
You sure did. Did. God allows us to cross paths for a reason. That's what Shirley says. Yes. And Slona is clapping her hands and praying hands. And BCBG, 5 degrees of separation now. It's 2.5. People were created to be social. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Okay,
He's 32?
Yes.
Oh, Dad, tell him I said what's happening. I hope you remember me. If not, that's all good.
Yeah, that is crazy. So yeah, and you know what BCBG said, my dad always told me this, that he would always say, daughter, going through this life, you have to show yourself friendly to be a friend. So you got to show yourself friendly. And he says, you have to have friends as you're traveling on this earth. Because he says, if you isolate yourself, your mind.
Yeah.
So he says, you gotta talk to people. You have to talk to people. And I was like, so that's why I have,
Yeah, loving thy neighbor, man. Thank you, Dad. Loving thy neighbor as thyself is a challenging concept, because again, you have to shed the loyalty that you associated with when you're born. Yeah, you got to shed that. That's one of the things that you got to lay aside that will easily beset you.
Wow.
It's not difficult to be besetted or to be beset or to be moved to the side because of your loyalty, either your loyalty to your family, your color, your religion, because you have to supersede that. You can't leave the way you came in. So whatever you tie to, there has to be a transformation of that allows you to see beyond that, so that you will not stay within the war and the conflict that your loyalties present.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, can you imagine a guy who's born into 55th Street in Manchester? Like, he is going to be automatically be a Crip.
Yeah.
And if he don't want to be, right? Because that's when he was born, right? So how does he navigate through life without staying attached to something that he doesn't necessarily have to be attached to, that will create or could create issues for him?
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. Cam Kadeem says, we're all connected for sure. Pepper, hot love. Thank you, Cam. I don't know who you are, Cam, but thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part. So before we leave, I need to give you guys some information on what's coming up on the Hot Pepper Show. And then I will, the last song we're going to play is, and a matter of fact, I'm not going to play the song. I'm going to play the video. Because y'all have to see the video. The video is it's energetic and fun. So first of all, this is the first one. I need y'all to share this video. It'll be on YouTube after I hit end. I need you to share it because I'm trying to get more people on this to see what I am doing in this platform, because I believe I have a great platform for people like the Soul of Daniel.
Absolutely.
I am serious because people are not having conversations. No one wants to talk. So this is a great platform. And then you get to see the artistry of the artist and their views, because my objective is for them to show you that they're human like anybody else. Daniel goes to the restroom like anyone else. Daniel has feels like anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
He's human just like anybody else. So that's the reason why I do this platform. So tell everyone to please go to YouTube, go to my website, thehotpeppershow.com.
Go Pepper. Go Pepper. I'm proud of you, girl. Y'all subscribe. Y'all tell folks to subscribe to Pepper, man, because it ain't too many folks like Pepper, man, that's connected, because KAZI was real big for you. And it really gave people access to you, and then you access to people, but people wanted to come to Austin. I mean, y'all are in the music hub of the country. And for you to be there and for you to have that kind of love for cats like myself, that's great. And to be free with it. And KAZI was real instrumental in just, man, they've done a lot. They've done a lot. And that's, you a byproduct, you an offspring of that with your own thing and combining the show. It's a lot of work to do, but it's a good platform for you. And I mean, it's going to grow on its own. So you ain't got to worry about how many followers. You're going to get those followers. Yeah, everything's going to be refined. Yeah, oh, yeah, girl, you good. You where you need to be now. Now is the time to just refine it.
Thank you.
You all right. You all right. Just keep your intentions 100, just like you always been.
Thank you. So, y'all, the Hot Pepper Show TV, and also, y'all, I have another podcast that I'm a part of. It's called Four Corners with Pepper Thomas. It's on YouTube too. Subscribe to that channel also. I have a show tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. Yes, it's a pop-up show. So it's 2 times a month. Don't know the actual date. It just kind of pops in and out. But if you subscribe, you'll know that Four Corners is on. So it's on YouTube. So it's the number 4 corner, CORNERS, Pepper Thomas. So Four Corners with Pepper Thomas. Subscribe. I have a show tomorrow. We will be interviewing Randy Boland. Randy Boland is a guitarist. He tours with Kim. Matter of fact, he co-wrote the song with Music Soul Child, Teach Me. So he's collaborated with a lot of people, but he's a guitarist. So he's going to be the guest tomorrow, 2 p.m. on Four Corners with Pepper Thomas. Please tune in to see that. And if you don't catch it, then you can watch it on YouTube. Next Monday, I know I got this. I feel like I'm doing these church announcements. So next Monday, y'all, my guest is Algebra. Algebra Blissett is coming on the Hot Pepper Show again. Wow. I met her on my radio show. Now she's going to be on the podcast. So I'm excited for algebra. She's going to be my guest on next Monday, which is tax day, April 15th. So what better person to have? Algebra, math. Didn't realize that until just now. Algebra, math, tax day. Okay.
Go
so
Pepper.
that is on the 15th. On the 22nd, my guest will be Alex Harris. Great artist. Strong voice, sounds a little bit like Al Green and James Brown. And yes.
Wow.
So the brother has a voice that's, yeah. So Alex Harris will be my guest on the 22nd of April. And the 29th of April, the 29th, let me get that date right because I need to be correct. The 29th of April, my guest will be world-renowned bassist Gerald Beasley.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So April is packed. Yeah, and then May, I have guests. I'm booked out until June. So I'm trying to, if y'all know anyone that you think that I would be interested in, tell them to email me their information to hotpeppershow@gmail.com. The website is email is hotpeppershow@gmail.com.
It's a lot of new cats, Pepper, here in town, man. It's a lot of, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so do you want to connect them to me?
Yeah, I will. Give me a little bit of time.
Okay.
Give me a little bit of time because it's some cool cats.
Yes. I would love to have them on here. And so
ladies and gents. Yes. Ladies and gents. Yeah, they're incredibly talented. It's a whole new breed that's coming to LA now. Like it's like they hear. They can sing and they can play. Oh goodness.
Yes, I would love to have them. Deborah says he remembers you. Sterling remembers you.
Sterling, that's my guy, man. He was BCBG
says subscribe. And then Slona says, I agree. There aren't too many folks like Pepper. She's amazing at what she does. Thank you, Slona. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Deborah said he says hello and he will get back. He will go back and listen to the show. Great.
My man.
Lamish James. Hey, Pepper. Hey, girl. How you doing? Deborah says subscribe. Slona says Al Green and James Brown. Wow. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, the guy. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good combination right there.
When do I get my show? Okay. He does numbers. He's like, we're not
perform. No, I'm not performing in LA any
No. Not.
I got a private thing, but it's not anything open to the public.
Okay.
But no, not anytime soon. I'm sorry.
So y'all, The Soul of Daniel, his music is on his website, 5x7 Entertainment, correct?
No, TheSoulofDaniel.com.
TheSoulofDaniel.com. Okay.
Like I say, yeah.
So can I ask this quick question before we play the video?
Yeah.
And before you say your thank yous. Why is the name as one and not separated?
Okay. So Daniel Stephen had to go through transformations, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it's just a move from what I want to do with my life to my soul's concerns. You know, because I don't want to be in any type of vanity at all. I don't even like to even discuss things that aren't godly and bring it into that. I can have fun with it too. You know, we can have a good time talking about it.
Right.
But I don't want, because what does it profit a man to gain the whole world type of thing?
Yeah.
And my objective is to live my life like my soul in heaven. Like my soul in eternity. I want to live my life like that. So that's my whole purpose, is to be godly and to make sure that my soul is required at every time. It's intense, man. I'm intense with it too, because it's so beautiful to be here. It's almost like being at your bed. If you're going to be the best, you have to be at whatever you're doing. It's a high level of intensity that comes with that. If you're a race car driver, if you're a basketball player, if you're a plumber,
right.
If you're at the top of that, man, you got to be intense about it. You can have a great time doing it too. And that's where I am. It's a transformation. Wow. Yep.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let me rate these last two, and then I need to ask the question that Monique had, since it's pertaining to the song. Cam Kenham says, "Do you believe you may start letting viewers join live briefly soon?" I don't know if I can let them join. They would have to have the link. Salona, a relationship with God is the best relationship one can have. Yes, it is. It is. Men and purpose. Men and purpose. Okay. Shirley Lee, this is what it says when you Google his name. The Soul of Daniel is an American recording artist who is known for his sultry voice, soulful music, and his captivating stage performances. That's what they say about you, the Soul of Daniel.
Okay.
When they Google your name.
Okay.
Daniel said, "Oh, really? Okay."
I'm looking at the bottom. Yeah, okay.
You're like, okay. So this is what I wanted to ask you that Monique said. Monique had a question earlier. What significance is the sun to you? She says, I hear it in your lyrics and song titles.
Yeah. Okay. I'm my mother's only offspring. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a child, you know, all I could do was pay attention to my mother. Right. And that when I paid attention to her, probably in ways, and this is what a lot of women who have children, especially who have boys, because your son is going to look at you and after you in the way that only your father can. Your father, and if you have a son, they'll look at you, and those will be the only two people in your life that will go the distance for you in a way that is compelling for you to reflect on yourself. I believe that a son lives under the umbrella of his mother's consciousness, and a daughter lives under the consciousness of her father.
Yeah.
Now, what that means to me is that God the Father and Jesus the Son are only the two people that really have your best interests at heart. Right? I could be a father tomorrow. I could be a father tonight. All I have to do is put the seed in and let it grow, right? Okay.
Right.
So before I become a father, I already have to understand the fatherly ways. And the only way to understand the father is to be listening to this, for the son to be listening to the father. Right?
Yeah.
So in that's where the protection lies. It's interesting how I say that, because like my mother didn't understand how I was watching her, and that my love for her, she can't make me love her the way that I love her. It's impossible, because my love is an extension of the same love that I would have for my daughter. It's the same it's the same love that is there's nothing. I don't care what a mother does. She could be all kinds of things. It doesn't change the son from loving her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's a love that through the son is important to see it, that your son is not going to waver. He's going to love, and he loves the sister in the same way. If you had a brother, or like I love my sisters in the way that my father loved them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a weird attachment to be a part of, and not have any children. So it makes me emphasize the humanity and the kindness of Jesus, not in the way that we traditionally, or in our culture, we put all these other tribal elements in it that we call church. Jesus was just a loving guy, man, to go to bat for you and to die like he did as a human being. And it's not difficult to dehumanize Jesus because most people, this is like when a woman wants a child, she wants a child or she wants a guy to save her. She wants either a child or a superhero. That's why we can see Jesus as a baby or the divine superhero. But it's hard to see him as a human being. It's difficult. It really is difficult. And when we take the emphasis off of the divine, because he had a process, he had to go through that. He had to go through the toil of like shedding and dying. Like he had to accept his death. And that's a son. After the father gave it. Like it's the sacrificial way that a son and a father will protect his mother and his sisters is something that a woman can't understand because she doesn't automatically just jump into the fire. So that's what I mean about the son and the relationship of the son, the fire, the burning, the guidance, and how you can't run from the son because the son is always. I look at it like God is pulling you because no man can come to the Father unless he draws. But Jesus is pushing you towards the pull. He like, come on, man, you can do it, man. Don't worry about it. He's pushing you and God is pulling you. So how can we lose if we just have a little bit of faith? You know what I'm saying? To make that difference in our lives that takes us out of the impracticality of living in a way that's less than what he wants us to live. That's why he came that we might have life and have it more abundantly. As opposed to going through these different things that create the illness here, that we turn into this logic that it's okay for us to be in this place. And it's just a transformation. And check this out. If anybody's listening, I ain't a guru, I ain't none of that stuff. I ain't no life coach. Don't call me for that. But if you want to talk, because I like to talk to people one-on-one. And so if you're listening, hit me up. You can go to my website, TheSoulofDaniel.com. It's a place in there. You could, I guess it's for booking or whatever. But send me your email, send me your number. I'll call you, man, so we can just talk. If there's anything that I said that, that was misconstrued or something that you want some more clarity on. And I'm not a minister, but I got a life. And I can minister through my life because Jesus is in my life 100%. And I know what to refer you to, but I just want to share with you beyond any situation, man. But, I'm here, man. I thank you, Pepper. I got a lot to say, and I don't want to keep talking because, we've been on this mug 3 hours. But it's in me. But the son is very, very, very important from the space of guidance. And let me just say this last thing. If you take on somebody's philosophy, that means you also take on their spirit. So we have to take on the philosophy of Jesus in a practical way. And by doing it, the spirit is embraced through it. You ever seen somebody that say they work out, but they don't look like they work out? Okay. But Jesus ain't like that because the fruit will show. And I'm talking about in somebody's personal life.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the son is very significant in so many ways. Thank God for the son.
Yes, thank God for the son. BCPG says, mic drop, real words, love. Sona says, I love it, man of God. And June Murphy says, this has been great, absolutely phenomenal and inspiring. Blessings to you both.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy. That means there's 3 of us at least, where there's 2 or 3, right? I know the other people are there too. Thank y'all, man. This is great. Man, great. Thank you, Pepper.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. So, y'all, you done your shout outs, you holla at you.
Thank you, everybody. I mean, everybody. This is, thank you, Jesus.
Yes. So can I ask, when was the last time that you were interviewed?
Pepper, I do this every day.
Oh, when was the last time you were interviewed like this?
Check this out. This is what's interesting about where I am. Almost every single day, when I talk to somebody, then it becomes this exchange. Whether I go to the store and people will take out their their cameras, and then we'll have a conversation. And after the conversation, I invite them back to my cafe, and we sit down over some coffee. I cook people a meal, and then we just kind of like expand. And I talk to people like, what do you need in your life? What is it that you are missing that can make a difference? Not money. I'm talking about something practical where I can help you.
Right.
And that's what I do every single day. And a lot of people, they'll record it, they'll send it to me. I have thousands of hours. This is what I've been doing for the last 10 years.
Nice.
It's just like this. I mean, I'll go to the store and it'll end up 3 hours talking to a person. We'll go to the park and we'll put the phones down and we'll have a conversation. And that'll lead to another thing.
Wow.
But this interview, this is different though, because this is a history mixed with music. And when I'm talking to people on the street, I don't talk about music at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, none of it is about music. It's usually about where we meet, and it's a God-influenced conversation, and then we go from there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank you. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. This is great, girl.
You're welcome. And I will be out to LA.
Come on.
Maybe I'll see you in the store, and then we could, go to the park.
Absolutely.
Go to the park. You'll be like, is that Pepper? And I'll be like, is that Daniel?
Absolutely. Absolutely, girl.
Oh, okay. Monique says, thank you for sharing. I was around when Pepper interviewed you years ago. Still intriguing, sir. Yeah, she was. And Monique is in Georgia.
Monique has been 100 everything. Yeah, she's there. Yeah. Monique, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes.
You remember Monique, right? Monique
I remember Monique. Monique Jackson.
Yes.
Oh, Monique Johnson. Jackson or Johnson?
It's Jackson. You're right.
Jackson. Monique Jackson.
That's good. And Sloana says, awesome interview. So Sloana, since you came in late, you can go back and look at it. You guys, it'll be on YouTube, ready for you. When I hit end stream, it's going to be up. Okay?
Right on.
Thank you guys for supporting the Hot Pepper Show. Thank you for being open to listening what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's important to listen, because you might learn something. Just might learn something.
It confirms something.
Yes, confirms. Okay, Sterling says, hey, hola.
What's up, man?
Hey, Daniel, I'll make sure to go back and watch it. Hey,
Sterling. My man. Sterling. He done got big, man. Grown brother now, man. That's great.
Yeah, he grown. That he is. Okay, y'all, here is the video. You can't run from the sun. Get ready, y'all. Put your watch on, your Fitbit, because you about to start running. So,
oh Lord.
Get ready. It's a very energetic. So let's take a look. You guys. Oh, see you tomorrow. Don't forget, 2:00, Four Corners of Pepper Thomas, 2 p.m. Central, interviewing Randy Boland, along with my co-host Michael Upshaw and Mark A. Walker. So here is the Soul of Daniel. Thank you, sir. Love you. Here we go.
Appreciate you, girl.
I appreciate
Great
you.
job.
Thank you.
On your mark, get set, let's go. Take it on, where we gonna take it on? Take it on, take it on. Good morning. And I'm gonna break it down right here. There are some things you run to, and some things you run from. But there's one thing's for certain, you cannot outrun. That's why. Hello world, give me your ears. Now if you got it, then share it. And if you know it, you better tell it. Don't you avoid the lie. You can't run from it. You can't run from the sun. Not from the mountains. No, you can't run from it. I'll run. You can't run from the sun. That's good. Pick it up, come on. Up and away we go. 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 Now just wait a second, let me break it down. Every single day of my life, I know I got to keep running. No time to waste, pick up my pace. Yeah, I gotta keep running. Now if you say that you want it, get up, go out and get it. Get up, get up, get up. We need to see that we can't take seconds for granted. Oh, no, you can't run from it. You can't outrun it. You can't run from the sun. No, you can't run from it. You can't run from the sun. You cannot hide from the light inside of you. Don't keep on fighting. Don't you fight against the right. Don't you fight, don't you fight. No, don't just spend another second. Another second running from the truth. So you see the light is within you. You can't afford to ignore it. Please don't. Just open up, let it shine. Don't keep it passive. You are the star. You can't outrun it. You can't run from the sun. No, you can't run from it. You can't outrun it. You can't run from the sun. And away we go. And away we go. Up 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 and away we go. Now from this love inside me, I can't keep running. Every minute and every mile, gotta keep on running.
Boom.
Oh, there's my mic. Okay. I was like, ah, la, 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 la. Talking to you like I can't hear you, but I can't hear you, can't hear you. Y'all, love you. Thank you again. You're always welcome. When you come back, I'll be ready. I can't wait to hear what you have cooking in the kitchen, or really in the basement, or
The debate all over the place. It's
all
the rooms is boiling. Love you, girl.
All the rooms. You guys, love you. Be safe. Have a great week, and see you on tomorrow. Don't forget to have an interview at 2:00. Four Corners with Pepper Thomas, 2:00. Oh, everybody's loving it. Okay, now they want to chime in. Okay, so you guys, love you. Bye. Have a good week.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Go.
Peace.